This is George Fox now, delighted to be joined by Ahern at the Brentwood Half Marathon. Only not even 12 hours.
See you here today.
Did you not?
No,
Surprise.
Good, smart.
I was in Upminster, so I thought I got to stop by before I go. It just seems really happy vibes today.
Yeah, I think it's something that's really missing these days. Like, obviously, I'm from Brentwood, lived here all my life. We're sponsoring the half marathon. It's like, I just feel like events like this, a little bit of a dying culture, where you kind of come out and it's like the older generation, young kids, like parents, and it's just, I think it's a great feeling, a great atmosphere. Running does that as well because it makes you feel amazing, but couple that with the community and everybody just really pleased to be here, it's like good vibes. And George Liddard's still out there.
I can't believe that.
I texted him saying, hurry up. He said, I'm walking. He said, every time I run, my head's pounding. So I'm like, he said, I could be a couple of hours. So
are you going to wait?
I will wait for him, because it's amazing what he's doing after, the fight last night. But yeah, really good event, and very happy to sponsor it and support it.
I won't spend too much long on Liddard, Denny, but I mean, Goodman had a couple of things to kind of say, which I think not rattled George, but it certainly stumbled George. What did you make of his performance last night?
Yeah, I think like if he was a 28-year-old in his prime, I'd still think it was a good performance. But we do have to think, and I know that like at the end of the day, boxing's a harsh sport. It doesn't really matter how old you are, you're in there, And he beat a very good domestic European champion in Tyler Denny. I don't think it was George's best performance. I mean, actually, it's the first southpaw he fought, other than I think he stopped one in about 40 seconds. Yeah. So that was a challenge in itself. And let's not forget how good Tyler Denny is. So I think it was a really good performance. I mean, if you want to be really critical, he probably took too many shots. But it was also very exciting. I mean, round 11 was one of my favourite rounds of the year so far. So, yeah, I think all in all a great performance and someone who's come on incredibly.
Who do you want to see him fight next? I heard Liam Smith was potentially an option.
Smith was a guy that we were going to fight last night, to be honest with you. And he's kind of making his decision what he's doing in boxing and wanted a bit more time. I think that's a fight that could fill up the Copper box. I mean, don't forget, like last night, it was the youngsters kind of stepping up on the bigger cards, and we had 4,500 in there. Still a long way to go to do Johnny Fisher numbers, but next time George will do that, and Liam Smith will be a great dance partner.
I kind of saw online some people saying that the Lely fight maybe rematching for the English next time. Would that be something you'd open to?
It was an unbelievable fight. I spoke to Lely this morning. He's like, I'm so sorry about my performance. I mean, mate, you're 21 years old. And by the way, he had to. Interestingly, on the scorecards, if he would have won 9 and 10, it would have been a majority draw. But I felt like he was actually.
I feel like there it was quite.
So I said to him, you got to knock him out. And it was an absolute thriller. But I said to him, I know you didn't perform great. You find out all these things, and he won't say it in an interview, but he had food poisoning early in the week. Didn't really tell his team how bad it was because he didn't want. These guys, they want to fight. They want to get paid. They've sold all their tickets.
Yeah, of course.
And you learn from that as well as you go through the levels. Unfortunately, sometimes you just got to pull the plug. And I thought Jake Goodwin boxed really well as well. And I just thought it was an unbelievable fight, thrilling fight. And I said to him this morning, although you didn't perform great, everyone will be watching that clip back. Everyone will be remembering what you did, and it's good for your career. Now have a good break and then come back stronger.
Kind of reminded me of the Harry Scarf Conor Walker fight where winning like all the rounds and then bang.
That's why you got to keep going. Come on to Ammo, but that's one of the reasons I was so proud of Ammo last night. He didn't stop trying to win.
Yeah.
Right.
That last round.
Yeah, I know he lost a lot of rounds in the process, but he was always, even when he was hurt, he was backing up, waiting to throw and try and win the fight. And it's like that. You've got to get a lot of credit for that.
Earlier in the week when I spoke to you, obviously Dana White was quite a big topic. Now that you reflect on kind of some of the stuff he's done, how big of a threat do you really see him as?
Dana.
Yeah. And Zuffa.
I mean, I'm not going to be just ignorant and say, they're not a threat at all. They're a powerful organisation, but I don't feel it in my bones. Do you know what I mean? I'm excited by the challenge, and I think it'll be a fun fight. But I just feel like they've got so many problems in so many different areas. If they were all in on boxing, and that's all they really did, and 24/7 was the focus, like it is for me, I would be more concerned. But I look at the UFC and I look at the problems they've got there, and I look at it feels like there's going to be a fighter strike. Do you know what I mean? It's got
Could you
that,
imagine?
yeah, but I can imagine, because you see the guys that some of the money that the fighters are on. There's honestly, there is a decision to be made of whether you bother. Oh, that's mad. Like,
Yeah.
you imagine in boxing where it's like, do you know what? Leave it. It's like, look, and these are guys that are still in their prime. So it's so disheartening for them when they're like, and it wasn't like, if there wasn't like boxing's mad because fighters get paid money that's actually not in the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas the UFC guys get paid, the money's in the show. There's tens of millions in the show, but they just, I don't know, it's weird, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they do, because they've got to do something. And unfortunately for them, boxing's a massive distraction, because they're not going to make money out of boxing for years and years and years, the way they're making mistakes. And it's distracting them from their core business, which is probably 80%, which is the UFC. So I'm not, for that reason and others, I'm not really, I mean, again, I take it seriously, but I'm not really looking at what they're doing at the moment going, oh, wow, this is incredible.
I know last night you mentioned about Conor Ben Regis Prograis 10 round.
Yeah.
Are you quite shocked by that?
Really shocked. I mean, firstly, because he's getting 15 million. I mean, these people are making catastrophic errors. Like, that's another reason why I'm not bothered about them, because, that's a run-out fight for 15 million over 10 rounds. And this is called such a huge problem with UFC guys, because that's not, like, if it was main event, at least you'd go, yeah, well, it's the Conor Ben show. It's not, it's just wedged on an undercard. So you've got guys that are fighting last night at the UFC for like 20 grand. At the O2. I don't know what the headline got. I bet they got a couple of $100 grand to headline the O2.
Right.
I've got fighters again. Like I say, I've got fighters.
I need to rewind this shit.
To sponsor it and support it.
I won't spend too much long on Lidar Denny, but I mean, Goodman had a couple of things to kind of say, which I think not rattled George, but it certainly stumbled George. What did you make of his performance last night?
Yeah, I think like if he was a 28-year-old in his prime, I'd still think it was a good performance. But we do have to think, and I know that, like, at the end of the day, boxing's a harsh sport. It doesn't really matter how old you are. You're in now, And he beat a very good domestic European champion in Tyler Denny. I don't think it was George's best performance. I mean, actually, as a first southpaw he fought, other than I think he stopped one in about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge in itself. And let's not forget how good Tyler Denny is. So I think it was a really good performance. I mean, if you want to be really critical, he probably took too many shots. But it was also very exciting. I mean, round 11 was one of my favourite rounds of the year so far. So, yeah, I think all in all a great performance and someone who's come on incredibly.
Who do you want to see him fight next? I heard Liam Smith was potentially an option.
Smith was a guy that we were going to fight last night, to be honest with you. And, he's kind of making his decision what he's doing in boxing and wanted a bit more time. I think that's a fight that could fill up the copper box. I mean, don't forget, like last night, it was the youngsters kind of stepping up on the bigger cards, and we had 4,500 in there. Still a long way to go to do Johnny Fisher numbers, but next time George will do that, and Liam Smith would be a great dance partner.
I kind of saw online some people saying that the Lely fight maybe rematching for the English next time. Would that be something you'd open to?
It was an unbelievable fight. I spoke to Lely this morning. He's like, I'm so sorry about my performance. I mean, mate, you're 21 years old, And by the way, he had to, interestingly on the scorecards, if he would have won 9 and 10, it would have been a majority draw. But I felt like he was actually.
I feel like there it was quite.
So I said to him, you've got to knock him out. And like, it was an absolute thriller. But I said to him, I know you didn't perform great. You find out all these things, and he won't say it in an interview, but he had food poisoning early in the week. Didn't really tell his team how bad it was because he didn't want. These guys, they want to fight, they want to get paid, they've sold all their tickets.
Yeah, of course.
And you learn from that as well as you go through the levels. Unfortunately, sometimes you just got to pull the plug. And I thought Jake Goodwin boxed really well as well. And I just thought it was an unbelievable fight, thrilling fight. And I said to him this morning, although you didn't perform great, everyone will be watching that clip back. Everyone will be remembering what you did, and it's good for your career. Now have a good break and then come back strong.
Kind of reminded me of the Harry Scarf Conor Walker fight, where winning like all the rounds and then bang.
That's why you've got to keep going. I mean, come on to Ammo, but that was one of the reasons I was so proud of Ammo last night. He didn't stop trying to win.
Yeah.
Right.
That last round.
Yeah, I know he lost a lot of rounds in the process, but he was always you know, even when he was hurt, he was backing up, waiting to throw and try and win the fight. And it's like that, you've got to get a lot of credit for that.
Earlier in the week when I spoke to you, obviously Dana White was quite a big topic. Now that you reflect on kind of some of the stuff he's done, how big of a threat do you really see him as?
Dana.
Yeah. And Zuffa.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be just ignorant and say, yeah, they're not a threat at all. They're a powerful organisation. But I don't feel it in my bones. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm excited by the challenge, and I think it'll be a fun fight. But I just feel like they've got so many problems in so many different areas. Like, if they were all in on boxing, and that's all they really did, and 24/7 was the focus, like it is for me, I would be more concerned. But I look at the UFC, and I look at the problems they've got there, and I look at, like, it feels like there's going to be a fighter strike. Do you know what I mean? It's got
Could you imagine?
Yeah, but I can imagine. Because you see, the guys that, some of the money that the fighters are on, there's honestly, there is a decision to be made of whether you bother. Oh, that's mad. Like,
yeah.
You imagine in boxing where it's like, do you know what? Leave it. It's like, look, and these are guys that are still in their prime. So it's so disheartening for them when they're like, and it wasn't like, if there wasn't like, boxing's mad because fighters get paid money that's actually not in the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas the UFC guys get paid, the money's in the show. There's tens of millions in the show, but they just, I don't know, it's weird. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they do, because they've got to do something. And unfortunately for them, boxing's a massive distraction, because they're not going to make money out of boxing for years and years and years, the way they're making mistakes. And it's distracting them from their core business, which is probably 80%, which is the UFC. So I'm not, for that reason and others, I'm not really, I mean, again, I take it seriously, but I'm not really looking at what they're doing at the moment going, oh, wow, this is incredible.
I know last night you mentioned about Conor Ben Regis Prograis 10 round.
Yeah.
Are you quite shocked by that?
Really shocked. I mean, firstly, because he's getting 15 million. I mean, these people are making catastrophic errors. But that's another reason why I'm not bothered about them, because, that's a run-out fight for 15 million over 10 rounds. And this is called such a huge problem with UFC guys, because that's not, like, if it was main event, at least you'd go, yeah, well, it's the Conor Ben show. It's not, it's just wedged on an undercard. So you've got guys that are fighting last night at the UFC for like 20 grand. At the
20
O2, I don't know what
bags.
the headline got. I bet they got a couple of $100 grand to headline the O2. I've got fighters again. Like I say, I've got fighters fighting for British titles that are making more money than the UFC World Champions, who are selling out to T-Mobile and Paramount are paying 70 or 80 million for the fight.
I mean, you did offer Giorgio Vizioli and you offered Kamel a couple $100 grand to fight.
I just don't think that's big money for a fight like that, because they're still coming through. But you imagine Kareem Moore, bro, that's worth like $5 million. So okay, mate, see you later. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would pay up for that fight. But again, it's how big is that fight virally is very big, but what sort of dollars does it actually drive to the
Eddie
show?
thinking he's a
He'd have to
stand-up
pay
comedian.
him a couple of
Grow
$100
up,
grand, but he's
kid.
not going to take the fight for a couple of $100 grand because he'll get beat.
You said obviously if you see Conor, you'll be making your feelings well known to him. Is it a case of going out your way to speak to him, or if you're passing
no,
by?
I wouldn't. When I say that, I wouldn't chase him around the venue to tell him he's a dog. But if I saw him, I'm not going to go, hi mate, how are you? I'm going to just tell him. But he knows. Like, it's not. Every night he goes to bed, and he will feel the vibes of people, because a lot of members of his team were really disappointed with what he did, and he knows that. And it's like, you can try and pretend, and take pictures and go, but deep down it will be burning him inside. So, he's just got to stay focused, and I think the public response will be interesting at Spurs when he walks out, because I think he'll get booed out of the stadium, to be honest. If he does, I'm a lot more popular than I thought I was.
I know you said it was like someone had died, the response you were getting afterwards.
I know, it was like, oh my God. Even today, like, quite a few of the old boys here, like, sorry about what Conor Ben did to you. I'm like,
He was supposed to be running today, wasn't he?
Yeah,
But
of course, yeah. He was supposed to be there last night as well, but he's not. That's his he's showing his true colours. That's so.
a couple left, Justice Huni on that card as well. Can't wait to see him back out. Good fight with Fraser.
Good fight, tough fight. Tough fight. Obviously, Justice did great against Fabio Wardley, but he's been out since. Was supposed to fight at the back end of last year. So he's been quite inactive, but I think he'll do well against Fraser Clark. Yeah.
And just overall, what have we got coming up?
So tomorrow I'll be in Valencia with AJ and Usyk training camp to talk through the next plans and start making some decisions, and then head to America. Hopefully by the end of this week we'll be in a position to make a very, very big announcement. Today, tomorrow, finalise that. Then obviously you've got the Chisora Wilder fight coming up, not our show, but I might go because I'm quite interested in that fight, and obviously it's on DAZN. Then we've got the Callum Smith fight coming. You've got Pat Brown headlining as well, April 3rd. Callum Smith in a massive card with Ben Whittaker, April 18th. April 25th, Jarrell Miller against Pero in Vegas. April 29th, we're in Melbourne for our first Australian show. Tara Moana, Sky Nicholson headlining as well. Tara Moana, by the way, first round knockout last night.
Unbelievable.
A massive start. Excuse me. May the 2nd is another show in the UK which will be announced this week. And May the 9th, I'm losing track of everything, but yeah, Dalton Smith fight as well will also be announced this week.
Well, we've got a lot coming up. Why did you not run the half marathon, by the way? Barry's fuming.
I feel bad. Like, it's a long way for me, and I've run one marathon before, and I did a 10-miler in Philadelphia. It was about a year ago or 2 years ago. 23 Ks.
Too much.
46, and I'm a big lump. And it's like, but I will do it next year.
Is that a
I
promise?
actually just saw my nephew, and he was going to me, "You're a baby for not running this." I'm like, "It's the worst." I said, "I'll run it next year," and he's 9 years old. And he said, "If you don't run it next year, you've got to give me $1,000." And I was like,
I'm definitely running.
We'll do it, yeah.
Eddie, great to see
Cheers,
you,
thank
and
you.
best of luck. Thank you.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. Got Steve-O, the man behind us. What a night, Ed, at the Copper Box.
Amazing, a brilliant main event. I mean, very proud of George Liddard, 23 years old. His 14th fight. I thought Tyler Denny was fantastic, and I thought George Liddard showed unbelievable maturity at such a young age, because it was a very close fight through 8 or 9 rounds. And I thought he closed out the championship rounds fantastically well and won by, I thought 3 rounds, but 4 rounds on all the cards. And a really good learning experience. You know, most people haven't even turned professional at 23. He's packing out the Copper Box. Good crowd tonight for his first time here. British and Commonwealth champion, IBF Intercontinental. He'll be top 10 in the world now as well. So, phenomenal performance.
Could it be Liam Smith later this year?
It was going to be Liam Smith tonight. I mean, that was the original plan. And Liam wanted a bit more time. It would be an honour for George to share the ring with Liam Smith. He's a British great. And it would fill this place as well. But it's up to Liam whether he even wants to box again. But I would like to see George try and win that Lonsdale belt outright. You know, that would be a fantastic achievement. He's got plenty of time to do it. Yeah, just a really good learning fight tonight.
When you look at the progression of George Liddard, it's amazing, really. I remember on some of those 0-2 undercards with AJ, he was having wars, getting hit a lot more than he should be at that level. But tonight and the Kieran Conway performance shown where he's at.
Yeah, I mean, I think his progression has been one of the most impressive progressions, because when he turned pro, he didn't have the Olympic background, he didn't have the World Championship background, and you know, Tony come to me, to be honest with you, and said, "I think you should take a chance with this kid." And obviously he's from Billericay, and we fall in love with that story, and Johnny Fisher's the same, and all those guys, and he's a really, really good person. And what impressed me about him, I actually went for a run with him about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And he was like, I phoned him up, I said, "If you ever fancy a run in Billericay," he came straight round, we'd done like, I don't know, 6, but this was off the back of training, he was training again after the run, and I just saw he worked very, very hard. But you have to improve and you have to be good enough, and he's made the improvements because of his hard work. So, you know, I think now you look at it, and you know, Jimmy Sains is now English champion, had a tough fight tonight, and those two, you know, Jimmy was probably ahead of George when they came into the gym, and George, his progression's been quite impressive. Because like you said, early in his career, he still looked good, but he didn't look like a standout guy that was going to win a British and Commonwealth Championship at 23 and work his way into a world title shot. He's done that, and he's getting better and better. He's got a good head on his shoulder as well. Sometimes when it gets tough in there, he just stayed calm, listened to Tony, and closed the fight very well.
Just run through the rest of the card, Laley, Jimmy.
Giorgio is a phenomenal talent. You know, I think to the naked eye, to the guys in here having 5 or 6 pints. They want to see someone trade up and get knockouts, but he's a very, very skillful fighter that I think he's going to do that through the levels. I didn't think Jimmy was at his best tonight, if I'm honest, but I thought he won the last 2 rounds to win 6-4. And I thought Asazi was a very tough opponent. He gave George Liddard a great fight 3 or 4 fights ago. Jimmy looked a bit tired towards the end of the fight, and I think, again, these are just young men. So, phenomenal learning fight. Laley was one of the most thrilling fights I've ever seen. I mean, it was a disaster for him. His gum shield kept falling out. He didn't have a spare gum shield. He lost 2 points. There was 2 rounds left. He had to knock him out to win, and he knocked him out at the end of the 9th round. And it was just unbelievable. You also have to remember, he's 20, right? And he's in fights like that. Like these guys, mostly at 20, you're not even winning ABA titles. And then you look at Conor Mitchell, you look at Louis Ward. I thought Taylor Bevan was phenomenal tonight as well. Adam Macker's 18. All of the kids on this show, they're babies, really. So what they're doing is incredible. And you just got to remember their age when you're bringing them through. But if they keep on boxing well at those kind of levels, you've also got to keep progressing them. So yeah, it was a really, really good night.
3 quick things before I let you go. O2 tonight, you've got the UFC. Michael Venom Page come out to They Don't Really Care About Us by Michael Jackson. Then he refused to do an interview after his win. Could this be the start of something with a revolt, like you said? With the
I mean, there is a revolt. You know, don't forget, I represent the UFC heavyweight world champion. And, you know, I mean, George Liddard's just signed a new deal with us. His money is not that different to the UFC heavyweight world champion, who's, by the way, filling the T-Mobile, and Paramount are paying $60 million for his fights. So it doesn't make sense. You know, you've got Conor Benn making 15 million next week for 10 rounds. And then you've got a UFC fighter making less than $1 million, who's, like I said, filling the T-Mobile in Las Vegas. And the fighters now, they're not having it. So we know that Zuffa are in boxing, but this move by Zuffa in boxing has completely fucked them in the main part of their business, which is UFC. They've lost all control. Jake Paul's putting on the best MMA card of the year on Netflix. Everyone's saying to me, you do MMA as well. I could walk into MMA and probably take it right to them now. But we're just going to chill out for a little bit and just learn the game, learn the landscape, focus on our business, which is boxing. And they won't, like I said to you before, they won't lace our boots. They're banging trouble. And look at the fighters coming out tonight with that sort of stuff. You know, it won't be long. They'll have the placards out outside the Apex.
Sam Jones said to us today that it's absolute bollocks that you won't work with Keith Connolly again. Has he got a point, or is that
What?
Sam Jones said to us today that it's absolute bollocks that you won't work with Keith Connolly again. Has he got a point, or is that working relationship over?
I think, thanks to Sam Jones for his comments, I've got a better idea. I'll do whatever I want. And I don't want to work with arseholes. Now, will I ever work with Keith Connolly? Maybe. At the moment, I couldn't think of anything worse. I'd rather go out for a pint with you.
Oh, thank you. Last one.
Karaoke with you.
I'd love that. Last one. Conor Benn, obviously you're close to a lot of these boys on the cast tonight, especially Conor Mitchell, who he's guided his career. Was there ever any discussion of him coming tonight?
No, I told you he's welcome. He ain't going to come in here, show his face in here.
Yeah, well he
wouldn't even phone me after representing him for 9 years and getting him out of shit and lending him about £1 million. He wouldn't even phone me. You think he's going to turn up here and go, hello Eddie, and look me in the eye? No chance.
What would have happened if he come ringside and he tried to speak to you?
Well, I would have told him he's an absolute dog, and then we would have there'd never be a confrontation, but I would say how I feel. But he would never come to this kind of. You see the reception he gets at Tottenham.
You'll be going, right?
Yeah, I'll be going.
Should be interesting. Eddie, thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done, mate. Well done. To see him. He's had a great few days. That's how long he's been in camp. And no decisions yet about when a return will be. I think July is a sensible month to target. Still got to get some clearance from some doctors on his development, but feels good. Like I spoke to him last night and this morning, he said, "I've had a great week. You know, I feel amazing." That was his words were, "I feel amazing." So you know, it's brilliant to see him. It's really his happy place being in camp. Really shouldn't be, because if you see how hard they work out there, it shouldn't be anyone's happy place. But that's just how they are as fighters, and you know, I think he's really happy to be back in that routine, and we'll start planning his next fight very soon.
Lots of rumours about Dillian Whyte. Any truth to them at all?
Absolutely no truth at all. Not one conversation about Dillian. I mean, I read this stuff on Twitter. I'm like, you know, confirmed. It's like Gareth A. Davis. It's like, what the, like, you know, confirmed. Yeah, I have it on very good authority. It's like, just fucking call me, mate. I'll tell you how good authority it is. And there's absolute. By the way, I don't rule out a Dillian Whyte fight, but absolutely never been mentioned in a conversation with me and AJ. And there's no negotiations, nothing at all.
Boots Xander Zayas, that's something that's been getting in. Apparently there's talks. Is there any truth to that either?
There are talks. I mean, look, you know, we were right on the line with Virgil Ortiz. We were planning, you know, media tours. I mean, that's how close we were. And now, obviously, with the great news about DAZN and Top Rank, you know, working together, and obviously our relationship with Top Rank, there has been some conversations with Xander Zayas. There's no media tour planned on that one, but I just think, you know, as good a fight as the Ortiz fight was, Xander Zayas is right up there as well. Also, we have Josh Kelly, you know, a champion in the weight class as well. So it's been a bit of a frustrating time for Boots, if I'm honest. You know, he was due to fight April, May. It's going to be June now, but I guarantee he will be in a big fight next, and we'll decide that. I think by the end of next week, we will be pulling the trigger on a Boots fight, so it's imminent.
What does Josh Kelly have to say about that? Because I know he was very keen on that Xander Zayas fight.
Yeah, he still wants it, and by the way, Xander Zayas likes that as well. But there is a huge amount of money in the Boots Xander Zayas fight. So, you know, right now, by the way, Josh Kelly has the option to fight Boots as well, and that might happen. So, but also, I have no problem with Josh Kelly having a voluntary defence. Don't forget, he just beat Mertz Aliyev. What do you want to do? Mertz Aliyev, then Boots. I mean, that's a hell of a run, you know. So we'll see, but he's open to the big fights as well, and you know, there's ongoing conversations, and it's an absolute priority because, you know, it kind of delays other things as well. Ben Whittaker's a good example of that, and there will be news today about Ben Whittaker's next fight. We're going to be keeping him very active. He's going to fight on a UK show that's already announced, but he's also going to fight a few weeks later as co-main event in America. So we're going to get him very, very active now. And it's not his fault, it's not our fault, but unfortunately he was co-main for Boots. So he's been delayed as well. So it's, yeah, it can be a bit painful in that respect, but we'll make sure everyone's looked after.
Eddie, back onto Anthony Joshua, there was a fear for myself back when he was with Derek James that they're turning, as Tony Bellew phrased it, a dog into a cat, where he was wanting to become a polished boxer instead of a knockout artist. Training with Usyk now, that's not going to be a bad thing for anyone, but is there a fear that he is going back to that and maybe looking to box perfectly and brush up on them things instead of being a guy who knocks people out?
No, because I think you have to perform to your mindset, if you like. And AJ is a student of the game. He's always looking to improve. He's still a devastating puncher, but he doesn't make as many mistakes as he used to. You can go through those levels being a devastating puncher and knocking people out, but when you come up against pound for pound great fighters, you've got to have a bit more about you. Do you know what I mean? You can be a dangerous guy, but you're just not going to win those fights without great fundamentals. And I think people actually underplay his improvements as a fighter in that respect. His defence, his jab, his footwork. Like, it's much better than it used to be. But maybe he's not as erratic as he used to be. And when you're erratic, that is sometimes an asset, but only an asset at certain levels. So, no, I don't think, like, you know, I don't think Team Usyk at this point are trying to restructure him and break him down and they're trying to add to the qualities that he has, and they're a phenomenal team, and he loves it out there.
On to John Fury. We've seen a similar situation last year with the Eubanks, and obviously John Fury's made his comments about his relationship with Tyson. First off, what do you make on those comments, and secondly, why is it so common that we see rifts in boxing between father and sons? I mean, we've got Conor and Kevin on this card.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that it's a very tough business, full stop. Like, and there's a lot of shit in the business. There's so many interviews. I mean, like, one of the great things for you guys, and I think one of the great things for the sport, is you get access to all these people. Like in any other sport, if it's Premier League football, if it's cricket, if it's rugby, if it's Formula One, you don't get guys just coming out here ranting and like going off on one, and you guys like poking them and like, I mean, but that's the drama and the theatre of the sport. So I hate it. I hated seeing that interview. You know, I mean, that stuff shouldn't happen. And I hope those guys can just have a conversation and get it together. They've done so much together. I mean, they're father and son, you know. And people criticise Tyson Fury. I've not always seen eye to him. But by the way, he lost 2 close fights to the pound-for-pound #1. And he looks like he's training his arse off for a very important moment in his career. So give him that respect and time, and let's see how he performs in April.
Eddie, Dana White signed a deal with Sky Sports. What's your reaction to that?
It's good for Sky Sports to be back in boxing. They're also working with Jake Paul, an MVP coming up as well. I think Dana's got 4 or 5 shows in the UK. It's just difficult to just pop in on fight week and like create something big. You've got to really have boots on the ground there, and you've got to have, you know, a real ambition. And I look at their business at the moment, and it's in complete turmoil. Like, not necessarily Zuffa, but TKO and UFC. I've never seen a UFC weaker. I've never seen it more at a breaking point. I've never seen fighters actually looking to almost start a revolution and a fighters' union to almost boycott the organisation. Because what TKO entering the boxing space has done to them is just highlight the problem of their UFC business. And it's done it very, very quickly. Probably to the point where they're thinking, fucking hell, not sure this was a good idea. Because they're not going to be making money out of boxing for a long, long time. And they're jeopardising their business, which is going to affect their numbers, which is could affect their share price and everything moving forward. So, but in boxing, you've got to be 100% up for the fight every single day. What you can't do is go away and do a little bit of slap and do a little bit of UFC, and well, not a lot of UFC because that requires a lot of work, and then just pop back to London and have a successful UK business as well. Do you know what I mean? They've got a show in May, did they say? Well, that's 4 or 5 weeks away. So who's fighting? You know, I know a couple of fighters they signed this week, and I don't want to be disrespectful to them, I won't name them, but they wouldn't even get on my before the bell. So again, it's like it's a daily fight that you've got to be up for. And I look at the body language, and all I see is stress. And let me tell you, the stress of boxing is fucking horrendous, right? And when you run businesses like they do at that level, the stress in general is fucking horrendous. You throw boxing into that mix, these people are control freaks. Right now, where does Zuffa sit on the promotional rankings? 6th? 7th? That drives them absolutely mental. Now they can pretend and they can spin the propaganda that what they're doing at the moment is revolutionising boxing. Bollocks. It's a couple of fights in the garage between people that most people have never even heard of, that nobody's watching on Paramount Plus. The ratings are shit. But what they'll tell you is it's phenomenal. And oh yeah, the Zuffa belt, it's unbelievable. Fur coat, no knickers. Right? That's the saying that my dad always taught me, which is, you know, you walk in a fur coat, underneath it's all, there's fuck all there. And that is basically the situation of Zuffa boxing. And you better be up for the fight every single day, because you've got to get from 6th or 7th to #1. And see people that are on the way, Golden Boy, Queensbury, Top Rank, PBC, Matchroom. We're on it, mate, 24/7. What do you think we're going to do? Lay down? Well, no, we're not going on holiday for 3 weeks or going and working on something else. This is our life. So we're all up for the fight, but right now, good to do 4 or 5 shows in the UK, but who is going on them? They don't have any UK fighters, apart from Conor Benn, whose contract's up with them in 3 weeks, apparently.
You're pretty critical of UFC media in recent weeks. How do you compare them to boxing media?
I just feel like, look, at the end of the day, we give you access, right? So you can't take the piss, but you can push me on like, if I say something that you don't think makes sense, I think it would be good for you to go, yeah, but hang on a minute. So like, for example, if you're asking me a question and I'm Dana White and you say to me, like, don't you feel that the UFC fighters are going to be very angry and almost completely bemused by Conor Benn getting $15 million for a 10-rounder on an undercard? And he goes, you should want people to make more money. I think it's a great thing for UFC fighters that Conor Benn's making $15 million. Next question. I mean, I'm sorry, that makes absolutely no sense at all. So I would expect you to go, what do you mean? How is that good for UFC fighters? Right, okay. Then another question might be, John Jones has come out with a massive Twitter rant where he's so disappointed he's not on the White House card. And Dana White goes, John Jones was never on the White House card. Never. He was never going to go on that card. And someone said, but they said that he was in negotiations with your team. Yeah, he was in negotiations to fight on that card. Everyone was. Next question. It's like, hold on. You just said he was never going to fight on the card. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you don't want to get slung out, and I would never sling you out anyway, but these are not like personal questions. These are just questions that you should be answering. But like, now, what you should be saying is, you should be saying, like, are you going to actually, considering the problem that you have right now, are you actually going to look at fighter pay in the UFC? Because I represent the UFC World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to bite my tongue a little bit for now. But what I will tell you is his contract is a fucking disgrace, right? A disgrace. And I cannot believe the money that he is on when you look at the commercial revenue that his fight would generate against a Pereira or against again in a rematch, right? And honestly, if I'm Tom Aspinall, I'm looking at that contract, I go, I don't even think you should fucking bother me. But he wants to come back. He wants to rematch again. He wants to fight Pereira. He wants to defend his world heavyweight title. But if you're that stubborn, there's not going to be any conversation. You're going to get all of these guys. The time you've paid your tax and paid your team, there's no fucking point in even fighting. Especially when you had 4 operations after your eyes got gouged out. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is, honestly, it is unbelievable. But I'm really glad that it's been highlighted. I mean, I was doing a good job for him. Ronda Rousey and Jake Paul have gone to another level. So, and by the way, this is all because of boxing. It's mad.
Eddie, what is the situation? Sorry, what is the situation with Dave Allen? When can we expect to see him back out?
Dave Allen has done a great job because he's kept his mouth shut. I mean, I've got a big mouth. He's got a massive mouth. And I said to him, Dave, just, we've received the contract. Actually, this is the first time Dave Allen has ever reviewed a contract. Because I said to him, Dave, I've got the contract. Is there any requests you have? Well, what sort of requests can I have? I was like, well, quite a lot, really. So we've received the contract. I believe next week Dave Allen's fight will be announced. It's a big fight for him, great opportunity, and that's all I'll say for now.
Jamie Moore has said it's a world-class opponent.
Was Tom moving over to boxing? I don't know, Caleb.
He's a name that's been mentioned, but not necessarily.
But Eddie Earns is manager, innit, now?
Another one.
So when his contract runs up,
Had a contract.
It's a Queensbury heavyweight.
he's either going to get Tom on decent pay
It'll
or
be a co-promotion, but
he might leave.
And Dave is a matchroom fighter, and we will be essentially, well, we'll probably be the A side actually, but it will be a Queensbury show in association with Matchroom.
Will it be a local show for Dave?
Possibly. I don't think it's been decided yet.
Eddie.
Gunman.
Oh, I was waiting for that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love seeing them. Listen, you are looking fresh like a Sunday morning. You're looking good today.
Yes, Gunman.
Always looking good, my brother.
You don't do like a service where you maybe do phone calls every morning or something, where I could just like.
That's a cool name to have, Gunman.
Phone you in the morning and just put it on loudspeaker while I'm brushing my teeth or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we might have to do it if you put me on some sort of commission. I think we can make that work.
I'll just pay you.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
But you could
When do I start?
you could actually start a subscription service for people in general, because I'm giving you the platform now and the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we're going to call it Gunman Mojo, right? So every morning, you take the number of someone, you charge like, I don't know, 3 or 4 quid a call.
Premium hotline.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what you like the level of bigging up is dependent on the price. So if someone pays 2 quid, you can just say you're unbelievable, blah blah blah. If someone pays a tenner, you can spin all your lines. You know,
Okay, that's
like
In a
tell me
way,
something
Eddie
you like.
Earns like kind of exposing the
well,
UFC.
Listen, this is not an
Don't
interview.
freeze, Gunman.
This is not. This is not. I'm
In
not gonna
gym,
be
by the
freezing
way,
like Elsa, I can
with
tell you
the
that.
calves
Listen,
and chest.
This would not be an interview if we did not talk about Conor Benn. That
Yeah,
brother
long got back.
exited like a one-night stand on your ass.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How's that feeling? You still feeling a bit raw on it all?
Yeah, I am actually. In fact, normally in this situation, I mean, I've calmed down a lot. You know, when I first got the news, I was upset. Now, normally with me, I
Fucking
just kind
great
of after
when
a
there's
little
no
bit,
one
I
in
just
there,
go, "Do you
man.
know what, it's
I'd
fine."
all gym to
But it's
myself.
actually aggravating.
It's chilling there.
Do you know what I mean? Like, to the point where I'm not upset anymore. I'm actually quite angry. And when I sit back and actually think about it, I just got to be a little bit careful what I say. But I actually think, you dog. That's what I think. Whereas before, I was a bit upset. I was a bit emotional. But I actually thought, because I'll probably be at his fight. We have Justice Honey fighting, you know, and maybe I go with AJ to watch. And I just thought, if I see him, I have to let him know. You know, not in a confrontational way, but I will have to tell him because it's, you know.
Get him told, Eddie. Get him told.
What are you going to say?
A lot of people don't like Eddie, and I think he's all right, though.
What are you going to be saying to that brother?
Probably saying like, "You're a dog, mate."
You're a dog, mate. Get in the bin. He's a super politically correct guy, so when he's saying shit like that,
mate, he wouldn't even phone me.
it's funny.
What's he going to do? Phone up and ask for a ticket? Do you know what I mean?
Would you give him a seat?
No. I'd let him. I would never ever. But obviously, he spent a lot of his career sitting right next to me at these shows. Do you know what I mean? But I would never get security to turn, you know. At the end of the day, he does work on the team of Conor Mitchell. And by the way, it will never affect Conor Mitchell because he's a phenomenal fighter. But if I see him, I would have to say, like, I wouldn't obviously start on him, but I have to say, I couldn't be like, hey mate, hi. I'd have to say, I've got to tell you something, mate. You're an absolute dog.
Was there any conversation about staying in the Matchroom gym after this all happened?
No, I mean, if I wanted to be an arsehole, I would have just removed myself from the Matchroom gym. But Tony Sims is someone who's very close to me and who I care a lot about, and that's his gym. So again, that's petty stuff. I'm not interested in the petty stuff. But I would have to, like, I'm more of the person to actually sit down and have a conversation with you face to face as a man and say, I've got to tell you something, which is what he should have done in the first place.
Last question, please. Yeah. Just a quick one. Antonio Vargas for Bam Rodriguez, is that looking likely?
It's a possibility. So Andrew Maloney is fighting Wilibaldo Garcia. So we can't fight for undisputed next, and Bam needs to fight. So our options are to have a voluntary defence at super flyweight, or to move up, become a 3-division world champion, and then potentially move back to fight the winner for undisputed. Vargas is with us, as is Medina, so there are options for Bam next. I would prefer him to fight for another championship at bantamweight, and then we can come back and fight for undisputed, but that's the fight that I like.
Who's most likely, do you reckon?
Probably Vargas. Yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
Do I want to listen to Francis Ngannou with his boosted ass English? Probably not. What are you doing about anyway at 3 AM UK time, you absolute winner?
Last guest of the day, and by far the biggest, and I've been wanting to talk to him for a minute now. As they say, he's got some big plans. He's returning to action on the 16th of May.
Oh, shit, Kerr.
Last guest of the day, and by far the biggest, and I've been wanting to talk to him for a minute now. As they say, he's got some big plans. He's returning to action on the 16th of May, Intuit Dome, Inglewood, California. Netflix, MVP MMA. You know the whole story by now. Going up against Philippe Lins. He is the lineal MMA heavyweight champion of the world, the baddest man on the planet, the pride of both
15
Cameroon
kilos
and France.
already, man, in 3 weeks.
Monsieur Francis.
Started at 7 in a bit. Doubled my strength.
Hey, Francis, how are you, my friend?
Good, a new area.
It's always great to have you on. It's always great to talk to you, and we have a lot to discuss.
It's an ugly man.
Time, Francis. A lot going on.
I think it's been a while, yeah, so... Yeah.
Yes. So let's get into it. And your connection, you look crystal clear. You look amazing on the screen. What have you changed? What's different?
Nothing.
Okay.
Usual. I think maybe you upgrade your screen.
It's us. It's us. Okay, it's us. No problem.
I watch this guy, man. He's a proper rod. Proper Rodney. I don't care about the Jew part. He does good interviews, man. I don't know what else to watch, really. I like watching Eddie Hearn. He's a bit of a G, but you Anthony Joshua, I don't really care about AJ. He got chinned by Dubois. Don't want to listen to that guy. He's another Rodney. Another Rodney. What?
They say true greatness isn't found in the comfort
fuck off, Gary.
grounds.
Vitamin A, away from all the distractions, which if you have any in your life, it's good to get away from.
Even though we lost, I'm still a big fan of Tyson.
When we used to sit down in LA and you were out of the UK, and it was that was our distraction as well at the time. It's different periods.
Yeah.
But you kind of almost enjoyed being abroad more.
He definitely lost a bit of his aura, though.
Training camp.
Listen, Morecambe's been very good to me with the training camps over the last 5 years. Since I got back from
Geo Wizard new vid.
camps out there, did one of them in.
Don't watch no Geo Wizard. Who the fuck's Geo Wizard?
Right,
which was fun as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to get away from the family and get away from all human distraction, really, and just focus on the training. That's it.
There's a very unusual and deep vibe about.
Who the fuck is Geo Wizard? Bro, what this guy? I attempted to cross England. No, that's not new. What, this one? Why'd you watch this guy? You're not a hiker. I don't see no new video, Kerr. Lake District. What? How? Where do you see this video? I don't see it. Eight days ago, this one, right?
How's it going, everyone? Last summer, you watched me and Ben Cook journey through the mystical lands of Snowdonia, didn't you? In the blistering heat, dipping our sweaty bodies in lovely cold streams.
You know, like doing mad shit like this in England. You couldn't do that in Australia, could you, really?
Fires at night.
Too many mad animals about.
But mostly, it was just really enjoyable, to be honest.
Just go and fucking bathe in a mad pond like that.
Great. Today, as you can already see, it's a bit different. I am in the South Cumbrian town of Ulverston at the very start of the Cumbrian Way. There it is. That way, north, is the famous Lake District
I've been
of
there.
England. Another stunningly wild and rugged place, and arguably
The start of it, we didn't venture in like there, but we went into like the start.
Perfect villages, incredible pubs and inns, It's the home and inspiration of Beatrix Potter, many of you
Am I
will
near
know.
Cumbria?
And the concept of this adventure is much the same. I'm going to hike through those mountains for 3 days.
Probably not.
Camping out.
Probably, I don't know.
It's
102 miles, not too far away.
It's cold.
Why do you ask?
Wet, and I'm all alone. And those things are going to make this quite a different kettle of fish altogether. And actually, I need to go. I need to get moving. So I'm going to speak to you in a little moment about why exactly I've chosen to do this. But for now, let's go. Let's begin this adventure up this path. And already I hear roaring water.
Wow.
Oh God, that's bringing back bad memories. Oh no. We're absolutely 100% trapped. Goodbye Ulverston and civilization. And this is the feeling that I love the most. Even though I'm kind of a bit
You see Scotland, man. Scotland's got better terrain than this.
Especially on a weekday when everyone's at work. It's a Friday, the best day of the week, and we're just setting off.
As I did walk by Hampstead Fair, I came upon Mother Goose. So I turned her loose, as she was screaming.
Right there, dodgy to walk on them rocks when you can snap an ankle easy on that shit.
So why am I doing this? Well, this was actually meant to be a straight line mission. I was supposed to be filming a straight line mission this weekend and a perfect circle next weekend, hence the Luxembourg and Dubai call for help. But stupid toe injury plus awful weather plus
Oh, those toes are gammy, bro. Don't show me them hanging.
Have all meant that I've had to postpone that.
Yeah, to be honest,
but I
bro.
wanted to film something for you, some sort of challenging adventure, and I thought, well, what's my heart telling
You'll be
me to do?
very lucky if it's
I don't know, I
super,
was
super
just
sunny.
craving a 3-day hike, but a real wintry, kind of grim weather, legs up by a roaring fire at the end of it.
In the summer,
leave
it
my
won't be
comfort
as bad
zone
as this.
for a
But
couple of days.
usually
come
like
out the
this,
other
not as
side
probably
a
not
new
as
man kind of
grey
thing.
clouds.
And I guess just show you guys, yeah, it's tough, it's much, you know, it takes more mental strength, but it's doable. And the rewards are probably bigger. I mean, was I feeling it when I got up at 5 AM this morning and opened my door to this? Oh God, it's raining. Pitter patter, pitter patter. No, I wasn't. But when I was on the train, you know,
Where did he
the sun
sound from?
began
Like
to
London or
rise
something?
and the views kind of came to the fore. I began to get excited. I was in the zone.
Like it's down south somewhere.
Here we are. It's already raining. It's gonna be miserable, but
I
I'll
don't
let
know,
you
actually.
into
It could
a
be
secret.
northern, to be honest. I don't
It's
know.
just a state of mind. It's just a matter of going, ugh, I'm tough. By the end of this trip, I will have learnt at least one more invaluable lesson about myself.
Sheffield or something.
Nice shit. Oh boy. But for now, let's have a quick look at my route. Day 1 was going to be around 12 miles and would
Whoa.
end near the shores of Lake Coniston. Day 2, the biggest day at over 20 miles and a lot more elevation.
I've never
would
been
see me
here where
pass
he
through
is
some of
going
the
now.
most scenic
In this
areas of the
terrain.
Lake District, then some of the wildest and most rugged, before descending down into Borrowdale. And day 3 should be a simple 9 miles into the town of Keswick. Not the end of the Cumbria way.
I fuck knows
but
where he's from, I
surely
can't
all
really
my
tell.
legs would be able to muster
He could be
on
from
this
fucking
occasion.
Newcastle or something,
As
I
for
don't know.
navigation, you know, it's funny, I've got the route on my watch here, so I'm just following a little red line, which I'm not doing a very good job at the moment. I don't have to think, I just kind of glance at it every now and then. Back in the day, I would have used a map, an ordnance survey
Why
map,
do you not
which
know where he is
a
from?
much better experience in some ways. But actually, because the whole route is on my watch,
Birmingham.
because
He's from
it's so
Birmingham.
zoomed in and there's no visible map whatsoever, I haven't got a clue.
Figured it out from
where
the
I'm
way he
going
said
or what's
actually.
up ahead. So it's kind of
Actually.
it's kind of nice, just not knowing much. Both ends of the Cumbria Way.
Find out if he's from Birmingham, mate.
Affairs, and that's exactly what it had been so far for me. Sparsely populated green rolling hills and old stone farmsteads that make you feel like you've gone back in time 50
He might not be
years,
from Birmingham, but
except
that
with more
actually was
dog shit.
Birmingham out of its head.
Lovely. But no less cups of tea. How you doing? You alright?
Oh, that was then.
Yeah. I'm silent assassin. Yeah. Oh, I so should have said, oh, you shouldn't have.
West Midlands, yeah. It's not far from. It's not far from Birmingham, that.
One of the small perks of hiking in the winter is you can keep weirder and more
Aldridge.
wonderful snacks in your bag without worrying about them going off. Goat's cheese, salami, and one of them. If you're wondering. And one of the perks of hiking in the English countryside, no matter the season.
Yeah, he's from Birmingham, lad. What a beast! What a beast!
Sadly, this one was locked, but it did offer me some inspiring words of wisdom.
That by thinking anxiously about the future, they forget the present, such that they live in neither the present nor the future. They live as if they will never die, and die as though they have never lived.
Hey, you know that was a beast call right there, Kurt.
Enjoy it. Be
from Birmingham.
Present. Be in the
Birmingham. That's how they sound.
I must have been feeling quite spiritual after that, because after slipping quietly through the
He hasn't really got that strong of a Birmingham accent though, or else I'd have been able to tell straight away.
Post. Two things. I'm lost. I've gone wrong. But what was that haunting sound?
Wow.
We get back on track though.
The wind going through the hole.
Stable, I think. Oh, sugar. I thought that was going to go then.
Sugar?
We're all good.
Can't say sugar.
We're all good. And once I was back on track, I really began to start getting into this adventure. I've got to say, I've really enjoyed this route so far, this trail. Oh, spoke too soon. Yeah, it's been a wonderful mix of fields and mystical little ancient bridle ways. Wow, that is bloody mystical. Dry
It looks like this all over England, really, I would say.
There is snow up ahead. Snowy, snowy mountains. Shit. I thought there might be some. I think we're aiming for that kind of orange, smaller hill. And then beyond that, then, along the shore of Lake Coniston, the third biggest lake in the Lake District, I believe.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Camp spot. Funnily enough, I met a bloke really early on.
Those walls are mad though, aren't they, really?
My sort of opening speech, and he was obviously a seasoned Lake District hiker, and he was actually out today putting
like that background there. It's literally like common
signposts,
as hell.
if that's what they're called, badges. I asked him if he knew of any cheeky.
We got the Greenland there. We got the Greenland.
Western shore of Lake Coniston, and he was he reckoned it wasn't that good. So we'll see what happens, but just look at the views that are starting to open up now as we sort of enter the Lake District proper. It's looking like a
This 3-day solo winter hike may well have changed my life.
I got tempted by a little shortcut, but predictably
It looks like that one guy then.
And after that,
that guy that goes
really began to change. Wow.
Where he walks up to someone, asks them a question, and then they'll reply, and then they'll go.
Despite its ruggedness, this was still very much farmers' territory. There he is. Hey, all right. Wow. I wonder if he'd let me camp in there if I helped him with his hose. Grow up.
Ask him, you dog.
Part of the path.
Grow up, ask him.
Fenceless, green, luscious landscapes with that as a backdrop. Look at that. That's so fitting. We're going from level 2 to level 3. We're entering true Lake District country now, and it's started to rain. To be fair, I've been lucky so far. Bring it on, man. Get me soaked. And then
every now and again I can hear his Birmingham accent, but
really wasn't going to be the only issue. I am starting to really feel it in the legs already. That is not good. But this was the worry.
Rest. Calves in.
My fitness just isn't there. Very glad I'm not doing a straight line.
Fitness
now.
isn't there? What do you mean? Doesn't he not do these videos all the time? Amateur, rookie. The treadmill. Good thing about doing this type of shit, yeah, is you're not gonna get attacked by anything.
Surprised I haven't seen
The worst thing is probably a wolf.
from John, which I don't actually think he told me his name. He was a John. Could have been a Pete or a Mike, I suppose. I thought I might sort of catch someone up who's doing the Cumbria way, or
I've done it before, bro.
At the very least, someone coming the other way.
Done that shit.
But no one. Obviously, I'm the only mad f***er who wanted to do it in this.
On my own.
I did share my.
I ain't got the minerals to do it on my own. I need someone there.
Pathway with some friendly sheep.
Need to go with like friends or something.
You come to see me.
Well,
I think you want my M&Ms,
friends.
don't you? But I'm not going to give you them.
Don't really have any anymore.
But they might make you sick. But today had very much been a solitary experience, and nowhere embodied that more than this next place. It's bloody lovely, isn't it? Quite dippable. Not today, though, I don't think.
Get in there, man.
So peaceful, though, isn't it? Listen.
You do it yearly. What with your
And these
parents?
tranquil
friends,
grass shores got me thinking.
grandparents.
Tell you what, it's pretty campable by this lake, isn't it? No one would see you either, because it's in a bowl, as lakes often are. Problem is, I just need to make more ground today. Tomorrow's a big enough day as it is. We don't want to make it any bigger.
It's definitely very therapeutic.
Past several more
Doing that shit. It is good.
Grass. Oh, f*** off.
Yeah, that's
Hopped over
chilling.
A few bogs. Oof. Made my own bog. Best view I've
Honestly,
ever
mate,
had
my
while
family's
doing
just in full disarray, bro.
and ploughed on towards Lake
Disconnected.
Coniston.
You're lucky to have everybody like get on in yours.
Wow. That's the loudest thing I've heard all day. Stunning. I think we're gonna join the lake shore very soon. We've done 20
And I have friends. Of course I have friends, but I've just not spoken to them in ages and ages and
Sod's
ages.
law, I'll find nothing now and wish I'd camped at that time.
I
But
just like to be on my
fingers
own,
crossed.
really.
I'll be honest with you, I've never
When I get
really
hench and
enjoyed camping out
build
in
some
the
more
woods on
confidence
my
and
own.
my
I'm
self-esteem
not
and
sure
stuff,
why,
I'm gonna
but as soon as
fucking
darkness starts to
go
creep
hunting
in,
for
my
the
mood
lash,
tends
kid.
to drop quite a bit. It can be
Need to
quite
get swole
somber and
first, though.
lonesome experience. So finding a cozy spot to call my
I can
own
already
at
see
night
big
becomes quite a rewarding
increases.
task. In these damp
As I'm a
winter
fucking
conditions, a campfire
unit,
probably wasn't
lad.
on the cards, but a nice
So broad
flat
set,
spot
man, it's
near the
mad.
shimmering waters of Lake
My shoulders are actually
should
OP
provide
with no
ample
training.
comfort. The coastal path was a really iggledy-piggledy one, but a beautiful one too.
I should really
And
consider
not
going
without
to the
its
gym, you
patches
know,
of
bro.
flatness. Decent spot, to be fair.
I know it's like a pain in the ass to do, yeah.
Path. Although I still haven't
Like
seen
right now in my
another
current
hiker
situation,
since
after
John.
coming back from the gym, I just feel chilling, you know. Feel great.
For the rest of the day.
Good for you, man.
Hi, how you doing? Very good, thank you. Oh. I may not have been completely alone, but the
He's not a
tent worthy
sociable
patches
one.
continued to beckon. God's sake. Surely people camp here, man. There's definitely been a
Obviously they
fire
do. Of course they do. Fucking
man, it's
fire
too good.
evidence.
That is definitely an option to return to, isn't it? Something tells me I won't need to, though. And that's because we were now entering the hopeful, deciduous patch of woodland I'd seen on OS maps. I'm going to put my bag down. Because it's
He's a bit of a unit for carrying that bag as long as he has, though.
heavy. And go for a little scout. I think we
It seems like he's like 10 stone or something, though, this guy.
With John, but he said the problem is with this wood, not only is it quite steep, but it's private and it's next to this campsite. We'll see. Yeah, I think that might be the entrance to it.
He's
No,
left
it's
his
not
bag.
here. See, this is where I'd usually just pull out the smartphone and look on the map. But it's better. It's better. I'm more immersed in the adventure this way. Let's try up here. Let's go off piste. Just looking for a flat piece of ground. Yeah, that's flat there, and that is. Yeah, that's good. Wait, has someone had a fire in this mysterious circular stone structure? I think they have. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well what? I think that's all the invitation I need, isn't it? Could have a little fire going.
Hey, getting a lob on over this spot. Did you hear that? Oh yeah.
Yes.
He was fucking gurning at the mouth. I couldn't.
Tent. That's not completely flat. What about through here? Just there, I think. That's amazing.
I want to see his shit. I want to see what he's set up.
It's not raining. Let's just sit by the lake.
Last time I went camping,
Oh, beautiful.
my mates had these like build-up beds that they could lie on. I lay on the straight grass. Me, I didn't have. I just came raw as a dog's bollocks, mate. Thank the ground. It's comfortable though.
I'm still getting urges now, even though I've done dry Jan. It's the end of Jan, so I'm a month alcohol free and
smartphone free.
3 weeks without a smartphone. My brain's going, you know, I wonder that way. See who you meet, you know, chat to someone. You might end up at the pub, you know. But I need to just, yeah, I'm gonna be by myself tonight, and that's fine. Enjoy it. What's more fun than doing this anyway?
Pebble dashing. I could do that.
Don't come here to skim stones. Bloody hell. Be here all day. I learnt to skim stones in the Lake District on Lake Windermere, Scout Camp 2001.
Oh, he should have a bird with him if he's doing
A
this.
few more lessons. Do you know what? I'm going to collect some kindling. Small twigs like this. And some dry leaves.
More out your adventure, innit? But you should have at least someone with him. I see the point of doing it on your own.
Oh, let's get up, shall we?
I know he's like recording and shit, but...
Oh my god, that sheep shut me up.
Ah,
You
wetting
right,
it off a sheep.
Why are you lurking there? I'm going to collect some more wood in a bit, some slightly bigger sticks. Not going to have a big fire, just a very small one. But first I'm just going to have a little scout along the top there, just to make sure I'm not really close to a farm or anything. Just want to be non-existent. That's the idea. Nah, there's nothing up here. And the firewood selection.
You're obviously near a farm, mate, because that sheep wouldn't have came, would it?
These will do nicely. I think we'll have ourselves a nice silver birch fire. A few rocks in here. But if
That's what I mean. You do that in Australia, mate. You've got the chance of just unleashing a beast spider, bro. What is that? A mad tent.
Right, that's all that done. Cooked dinner. This is really sound, isn't it? It's because it's not raining. It's as simple as that. Like if it was raining now, it would just be a case of get in the tent, cook my food in the tent, and sit there for hours. But because it's not raining at all, I can just, like, all my stuff can just be plonks on the floor, wherever, doesn't matter. Just makes all the difference.
Has he always done this, or has he just started to do this guy?
Days, but the Lake District just sort of does its own thing, to be honest. It's
I swear
its own
everybody's
microclimate.
copying fucking outdoor boys on YouTube.
Get that off there, because that's just gonna roll.
He's the true pioneer of this shit, I think. He's a beast mode. He's beast at that.
In the middle of the night.
Oh, have I pulled my back? I'm back on. I'm back on job. Was there?
I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Oh yes. That makes a huge difference to tonight's setup. But then I got spooked again. Oh, I thought someone was here then. It's my bloody phone. I pocket dialed someone. Emergency call. Honestly, this 144 I've just rang and it said emergency call.
What is that? You hit him with that?
And while we wait for that to soften, let's get the fire going.
It seemed like my
Why didn't he just use it inside the thing?
Might be too damp after all.
Would have been made for it.
Come on. This might not work, you know. Come on. Come on, please.
Yeah, I did hear him say that before.
My luck was out.
That is a brick of a phone.
I think we may have just, by the skin of our teeth, got that going. Put another log on the fire for me. Well, there we are. Got a little fire going, look.
Oh, he's a bit of a
little one. Told you it
bit of a poo fire, that kid.
Pretty sure now.
Go big or go home with the fires.
That'll be ready to tuck into.
I get a fishing pet. No, that's not me. That's the other guy. Who's here?
The fire's gone out. Nothing a good blow can't fix. You know, it's so easy to look at a wood like this.
Actually taking me quite a bit now to level up.
And just think, oh, it's so scary. They are scary places, and I've always felt that. But the more time I've spent,
I think being in forest like that at night is actually edgy.
the more you just realise it's just the same place it was in the day.
Gives you a weird feeling.
Be that as it may, I didn't wait too long before clambering into my cosy tent for a good night's kip. And to cap the night off, my lovely book. My lovely book, Taddy.
I'm basically doing this though for food, innit? Good food, like.
Daddy loves you.
You know, so.
Do you love Daddy? Yeah. Oh. Did she say no?
Yeah, she said no.
Oh, great. That's always nice to phone home. Well, day one done. Really wasn't that bad, was it? Something's got to go wrong on this trip. I'm fully expecting waking up. Well, firstly, not sleeping much because of just pitter-pattering, and then having to get out the tent, pack away the tent in the pouring rain. That's not nice. But even
if you want my opinion of this guy, he's the bit of a definition of a Rodney, if you want my honest opinion. Where I come from, we call him a Rodney.
Oh, God. Morning,
He's an honest man, so well, he seems honest. I'll let it slide.
I've visualised as best I can everything I need to do in my head, just to make it as less faffy as possible, in theory. But I didn't get off to a flyer. Oh, good.
Like a nerd, like
fab.
Like, you know,
Right,
like a
doesn't show-
teacher's
it
pet
doesn't
type
show
of guy, you
signs
know.
of stop.
Loads of different terminologies for the word Rodney.
Oh dear.
Like in school, he was definitely best bud with his teachers type of shit. Quiet guy. But I wouldn't say anything to him.
Shove everything in my
Be chilling.
rucksack.
I'd go on a
pack
hike
away
with
the
him, me.
tent, take everything out again, and then pack the rucksack properly with the tent. Not rocket science, but it
Smart
helped
guy,
my
though.
tiny brain no end.
Sweet.
If only the tent didn't weigh twice as much. And I am off.
See from that there. That...
Oh, feels great, man. Just to be on the trail again, delving into new ground. Today, as I said, is going to be a big day. It's 19 miles and it's more undulating, so...
Have you not got your hood up if it's raining, bro?
And the weather, I mean, look, even that hillside there is up in the clouds, and that's only about 100 metres tall.
Well, that was to him, lad.
Just be... I don't know what I'm in for. Be interesting to see if we see any fellow hikers today. We should do, as we're heading into the heart of the Lake District. There might even be someone who
Are you planning on coming to the
trail
Lake
yesterday
District,
like
lad?
I did, and stayed in
You won't
constant
catch any
booths
fish,
just
lad.
up
You're not a
here, but I just
barbarian
never caught
fisher.
them up. Maybe I'll catch them up today. One thing I am pretty sure of, though, about today is that I won't be using my tent again or my sleeping bag. On a winter hike, there's something really magical and oldie worldy about staying in an inn. There's just something incredible about ending a tough day with a pint, with your feet up by a roaring fire in a cozy pub, and then kind of having a warm bed as a treat. You can do what you like. Some of you might be disappointed that I'm not camping out again tonight. Well, I might have to if there's no rooms, to be fair, but I think there will be rooms. And there's dogs. Hello, doggy. Hello, boy. Where's your owner? Oh, he's there. How you doing, mate? You alright? Tell you what, he looked like a f***ing army SAS general, didn't he? Further up the lake, I wandered into another campsite and made use of a much-needed bin. And sweeping lakeside fields then led me past this interesting-looking old manor house.
Seems sheep roaming like that.
The village of Coniston.
You usually just see them in a like field.
It's meant to be about. Love how they keep sheep on the pitch to keep it nice and mowed. Why not? As I entered the village, my prophecy of southbound pilgrims manifested. Oh, first hikers in a good while. Morning. Morning. And where there are pilgrims, there's usually a shop. Hello.
It's in like a nice little town. Like, this is a type of town I'd like to live in.
Oh yeah.
Our gay stuff.
That is just what I needed this morning and what I was lacking. But here we are in Coniston.
Oh my god, that might be Poppy Rizzo.
That's the place that John told me about, that I could probably pitch up on their field.
Mate, I'm telling you, that sausage butty will fill him up for a good while.
Look at that pitch, man. Look at that up there. What a view while you're playing footy. This is where we head up now into the hills, not the mountains just yet, but into the hills. The rain's
Mate, put your fucking hood up, bro. It's raining, dude.
Down now and grit our teeth.
Why he's not putting his hood up? That's annoying me.
Not before another divine message.
I know why he's not doing it, so you can see him more, but okay, get it up, lad.
Courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged.
Church of England.
For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. I'm not really a religious man, but that may well come in very useful today. Right, let's go. Hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! What is this, I wonder? Huh. It's a little resting area. Do you know what? I need it. I need to put a layer in my bag. Okay, we can charge up the hill now without getting roasting. Wow, look at these. More random
Doesn't roasting be good though? When you like going mad like this, walking out everywhere.
There's no one
what?
Here.
Did he? What?
Random yew trees. Very rare outside a churchyard. This would be a great spot to come and get 99 wood cutting. Not even any bots. Oh my god, look at that one. That is fucking ancient.
Oh, he's a RuneScape player.
I got stuck up one once, bit even bigger than that when I was in Cubs.
But if he was a true RuneScape player, bro, he wouldn't have fucked his smartphone off for 3 weeks. When he's in his tent, he'd be dominating.
A little further up the path, I finally caught up with some northbound hikers. Hello.
Speedy one.
Oh, I don't know about that. Down the hill, maybe. But they were just doing a local loop. And speaking of locals, a little further on, once I'd made my way through
fucking river's freezing,
wood. Call me Bilbo Baggins, because this is just mystical. And over this misty hill, complete with its own natural bird bath, I bumped into a bloke I'd just been chatting to in the shop. Hiya. Oh, hello again. How you doing? Yeah. Made good ground. Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Suddenly there were too many people. They're great, they are.
Tell you what I'd give to be in there. Nice.
I know.
Dry, cosy.
I know. But one
he's carrying a baby in that.
It was back into sweet isolation. Well, almost.
Hey, up. Up.
I don't want to look at your arse. Move. You stubborn thing. Oh, this is I'm really, really enjoying this today. All the uncomfortableness has gone. I'm just comfortable now in nature and in the elements. And my toe's not hurting at all. I didn't properly explain that, by the way. I injured my toe playing football. Well, ridiculously playing Tocker Social. I've played football all of last year and never once injured myself. And then I suggested this Tocker Social thing to do with my mates, kind of selfishly, because I know I'm the only one out of my mates that still plays football, so I thought, oh, I might win. And karma prevailed, and I booted the fence after a couple of pints and injured my toe. And yeah, it just took ages to heal, and I just couldn't run for weeks. And when it came to January,
3 more levels and then I can go and cook it all.
was just nowhere near it. And then on the other side of that, my wife is due on the 6th of March, so I can't be away past like the 10th of Feb. I mean, she could be giving birth now, for all we know. Hopefully not, because that really would make a good video, wouldn't it? Me racing back to witness the birth of my second child. So yeah, I just had this very short window to work with for a straight line mission or similar, but the weather was just shit. My luck with the weather has finally caught up with me. So that is why I'm here, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it, I've got to say. And the beauty of this particular section of footpath was not showing any signs of relenting. This might be the most incredible footpath I've ever walked on. It's got to be, man. It's got to be. It's just ridiculous. The path eventually joined some tarmac, but even that was beautiful. And it was on this next couple of miles up and over the Oxen Fell and down into the Little Langdale Valley where a few more hikers
I think those walls that have been built, mate, they must have been put up years and years and years and years ago, man, and they're still chilling.
And with what felt like all the time in the world, and as a result not a single stressful thought left in my head on which to dwell, I reached a state of absolute contentment. Well, I can safely say
stuff like that, man.
That I have
like, who made that gate? Who the fuck made that gate? I swear that was made for a gnome or a dwarf.
Putting myself out my comfort zone in such a way has just... I'm enjoying myself more.
Like, I went to Scotland, yeah.
It's more difficult.
Working with my brother when I was working with him. And I swear, this back door to this pub that we was working in, it was literally built for a dwarf.
Right now,
swear to God.
I feel like I'm almost
like a Bilbo Baggins type person. Because why else would it be that small?
I'm more confident. I'm more, I don't know, more myself. You know. So my takeaway from this walk so far would be, if you're someone that maybe isn't that confident or you're not really loving yourself right now, do something like this. Just, it won't be easy, especially if you've never done it before. It'll be very hard.
I can trek me.
This is beautiful.
I can go in, I can walk as far as possible me. I might fucking like struggle, but I don't give up.
Go through struggle. You've got to hit low points, and you've got to.
When it comes to physical movement, I'm chilling me.
Thing you have to do. Believe it or not, I don't always enjoy social interactions. Oh yeah, you're right. No problem. Where do you want to be situated?
But she knows him.
Any Google. Good, isn't it, really, round here?
Like once I walked from...
Landscape. I know. There you go.
Thank you.
I've done 3.
I walked from here.
Have a good day. But today was not one of those days.
Oh, hi.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry, you might be a bit...
That's all right.
Wait.
I can have a rest.
Not there. Okay, now. I walked 15 mile.
That was so weird. I was just about to say I literally can't get
Literally, I walked all the way
magically open
to there once.
Ghosted.
I had nowhere to go. I thought.
This is one of the most.
My mum was there and she weren't. Luckily though, I got a lift back by a police officer.
It looks very different in the summer, but look at this for a setting for a river to flow through. In other news though,
you give me a lift all the way back.
Halfway through this day, my legs were already hurting, and time wasn't exactly in abundance either. The one thing I really couldn't afford to do was stop for any significant length of time. It was just unfortunate timing for me that the next village happened to have a ridiculously inviting
I used to
pub
be able to
right
do
in the
pull-ups
middle
as
of
well.
it.
I can't do them anymore.
Yeah,
I used to actually be able to lift my body weight, man, but I must have put on so much weight. I actually just need to get stronger.
Can't not go in there, look at it. Might be some football on actually. I figured I'd probably be ending Dry Jan a day early later that evening, but I certainly didn't deserve to commit such self-betrayal just yet. So I opted for a pint of lemonade and lime instead, soaking up a bit of atmosphere and warmth until it was time to brave the rain again.
That'll be my reward though, a pint and a bed.
Fully is there.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Enjoy the rest of your walk, lads.
Yeah, you too, mate. All the best.
Take care.
15 minutes, not too bad. But yeah, need to get cracking now. I'd figured out that I was now right on the cusp of what would be a remotely sensible time to cross the Stake Pass, the remote mountain pass that would eventually lead me through.
Oh, how many miles is
Borrowdale,
this?
Even if I were to march
That is
there.
fucking
But
far,
as I
that.
went to leave the village, despite literally having the route on my wrist, I took the wrong path.
Oh, boosted. That's what you get for not having a smartphone.
Chalet
cunt.
Park, which is incredible. But I've got to hope there's a bridge up here over the river, otherwise I've just added on another 15 minutes. Most people would turn back and count their losses.
Look at
in
that
this
house,
situation,
bro.
But that's something I seem to be unable
OP
to do.
house.
Please be a bridge.
Fully made
through
out
here.
of slates.
Oh God!
Slates and cobble.
I'm never getting over that. Shit. I'm gonna gamble, and I'm just gonna follow this river on this side, and hope that it links up.
That's what I slept on, like moss like that.
There's a big weir.
When I went camping one time.
But if I can't get out of this chalet park, or if there's no bridge
Comfortable.
over there, we're screwed. Uh-oh. Whoops. There's always a naughty bit. Why is there always a naughty bit? Fuck that. That is
Go on,
lethal.
lad. Walk up.
Hopefully
Oh,
this
he's a
isn't-
winner. I'd try it.
And then we're onto the road. Oh, okay. Part one done. But what about that confounded bridge? Oh yes, there's a bridge. And it's absolutely beautiful. And so is that. Look at that.
Postman
That
Pat.
church there. Oh, it's all come together.
That rip out the Postman Pat.
Wait, I would have crossed that bridge anyway. What a hullabaloo. Look at that. Wainwright's Inn. I wonder if that was Wainwright's
Wow.
drinking hole. Oh my God. I wonder if this is where he lived. 'Cause
Bro, this is the type of
absolutely
place that,
stunning.
yeah, look
I've
at
got to
these
say, there is
houses,
a
bro.
strong argument to
That'd be worth
said
dough, them.
for the Lake District.
To be honest, they might be
being
cheap. I don't know.
even
They look
more
expensive, though.
stunning than Snowdonia. It's definitely less wild and it's more touristy, but the villages are more beautiful, I think. And I'm really just in the wrath of that beauty right now. Really enjoying it. So much so that I've gone the wrong way again.
Focus up,
So,
bro.
I was
Fucking
now
hell.
heading into the imposing one-way street that was Langdale Valley, pathway to the tallest peaks in all of England. And it was here that my ongoing theory on a potential fellow northbound Cumbria Way hiker was finally proven correct.
Hey mate.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Cumbria Way?
Yes. Yeah, you?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you started in Ulverston?
Yeah, yesterday night. And I was trying to work out
Yeah, same.
whether I set off after everyone.
Yeah. I was thinking the exact
Would you
same
do
thing. I was
this?
thinking, am I going to catch anyone up? Yeah, I was just thinking no one else is mad enough to do it at this time of year, but
Yeah, exactly.
I was wrong.
Well, I mean, I'm just unemployed and got really bored.
Oh, really?
So I was like, fuck it.
For the next 2 miles, I was joined by friendly young Welshman Ewan.
I didn't get your name, by the way.
Tom.
Ewan. Nice to meet you.
Ewan, good to meet you, Ewan. Good Welsh name. We talked about the benefits of a winter hike, this one being his first, the frustrations of fantasy football. So I forgot to do my bloody FPL.
Yeah,
do you do FPL?
Wildcard as well. I was having like.
Man. And the incredibly tempting sounding
That
cluster
Welshman
of
doesn't
hostels
sound
and
Welsh, man.
bars that lay just ahead.
But mate,
one of which
the
you
guy
would
starts
shortly
speaking his
be
normal
calling it a day
tongue
at.
to you, bro. You don't know what he's saying.
To one of the pubs, but it'd be the worst idea.
Look, this is how fucked Welsh it is. English to Welsh. Hey, Mum. Oh. What the hell? Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm just popping through the shop.
Hey mam, dwi newydd fynd i'r siop.
Suckering succotash.
Sugar.
What? I am obligated to dominate the seventh sea.
Mae'n rhaid I mi ddominyddu'r seithfed olwg.
What? I can't do that.
Well, I think the old dungeon's still got rooms available. 120 for a night, but...
It's hard to describe just how tempting it was to join Ewan and indulge in a pint and a late Premier League kick-off.
Yeah, I'll be honest, mate, I don't know how you're going to do it.
I might not. If I never upload this video, then you'll know I got lost up there and died.
I'll just find you tomorrow morning.
But maybe for the first time in my life, something made me resist.
Ewan, pleasure to meet you, mate.
You, mate.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that stretch.
Yeah.
Right, it's
Pretty
climbing
cool.
time.
Just meeting a random person and just having a little
what's back
chit
there.
chat on your
There's bunkhouses,
mission.
there's a hiker's bar. There's two pubs apparently, or I've just head down. Just head down. Head down, let's get over this mountain. Come on.
The near vertical ramp on the altitude feature on my watch made for a daunting sight, and a slightly confusing one too, as I didn't think I'd be climbing just yet, and then I realised why.
Okay, I've just realised something, guys. I'm actually following a different route to what I wanted to follow. I'm about to go up a massive mountain. I plotted a route up this mountain because I wanted to take in, you know, one of the famous Wainwright peaks. But I decided sometime a while back that I wouldn't, that I'd just follow the Cumbrian way, you know, just keep it simple. But I've started following this now, and I think I might as well carry on. I'm pretty sure I've got enough time to get this done before dark. So yeah, I'm just letting you know because there is slightly more potential for something to go wrong, I would say. And I've already lost the path. Is this a good idea? Decision time, Tom. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
But then, a rare moment of clarity.
No, that's too risky. It's too late in the day. Let's not be stupid. Why do I want to do it? So I can tick off a Wainwright. Well, I can do that another time. I'm pretty happy with that decision, to be honest. That's an unknown. I don't know how difficult that is or treacherous.
That little detour had cost me more time and taken me well off the Cumbria way, but going back to New Dungeon Gill didn't make sense for a couple of reasons. I needed to find me a shortcut.
I reckon that'll be it. I reckon they're on it. Okay, I'm going to cut down here. Only problem is,
Ooh, bit of water luggage.
Navigation now. Do I? But I hope that John's been through basically and
black sheep
kept it well signposted. That's presuming I'm even on it right now. I might not be. Right, moment of truth. Are we on the Cumbria Way? Don't see anything there.
Oof, cheers. I was still technically lost as I passed this equally tempting establishment, but soon after...
Mickleden State Pass. How blind am I? Oh my god, chill out.
I was now heading into the ominously gloomy looking upper reaches of the valley.
This is the narrator, don't it?
Glad to be on the bottom.
It's in narrating this shit.
I cannot believe I even contemplated taking that route over those peaks. Look
You're
at
right, kid.
this is a proper wild top of a valley now, isn't it? I love these sorts of places. Really far up the valley where, you know, civilization ends and the only way out is back down the valley or over the mountain pass, which is what I'll be hitting soon. First I passed the last of the southbound Langdale stragglers. Wonder how long it'll take for someone to go, "Are you really gonna go over the pass at this time of day, mate?" Filled my bottle up and prepared myself for the big climb. Just can't for the life of me see the path that I'm supposed to be heading up. What I could see over to my left was the base of the mighty
What do you
Bow Fell,
say?
one of several peaks that forms the main cluster at the heart of the lakes. A very unappetizing prospect at this late hour. Do we go up there? Stake Pass. You can just about make it out. I don't know what Esk House is, but I don't think we want to go there. Right, this is where we start climbing. 6.5 miles till the
You just
village,
wear a
or
hat.
whatever it's called that I'm aiming for. But for now, it's lactic acid time, unfortunately. My plan is to just take it steady up here. I've marched all the way here. I don't want to be a sweaty, crampy mess at the top. Just get up there nice and easy, and then it should just be a big, long, gradual descent then down to the village. So let's have it. This is it. This is what it's all about. Soaking wet, freezing cold on the side of a mountain in the middle of friggin' nowhere at 3 p.m. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna make it to where I need to be. Halfway up, just as I was approaching some pretty gloomy looking clouds, I felt my blood sugar levels begin to drop. I need the jelly babies. I thought I could wait, but I can't. Just jelly baby time. And these helped me battle on up these steps, water cascading over almost every one of them, until they finally began to level out. The challenges, however, were far from over. Okay, now, I injured my kneecap doing this once. Oh, God. Oh, shit, which way do I go? I don't know. Shit, I don't want to go up there, do I? I'm going to carry on this way. Bit dodgy this, because I don't actually know if I'm going down the right path. I might be heading towards Scarfell. I think this is the wrong way, you know.
Whoa.
I'm going to head up there. But still, I don't know. Oh yeah, this has got to be...
You know, snowing over
I was
there.
on what I believe to be the right track again, and in this otherworldly bowl of sodden grass, the snow appeared. This is an inhospitable place. It's a bit like when I was up the top of that pass in Italy, in the Dolomites. It's like just the most alien, remote landscape.
This guy's more of a trekker than he is like a survival guy.
I couldn't help but appreciate how lucky I was that the temperature up here was above 0 and the ground not an ice rink. And in other good news, there it is. There's the path. There's the path I would have come down. We're back on, literally back on track. Oh wow.
Hey, how can you lose yourself if you've got that there?
Time. Take it steady though, Tom. This is not where you want to be rolling an ankle. And when. And that is hail. Sleety hail. Slail. Hate. And around the next bend I got a newfound appreciation for the wildness of this place. Jesus. Look at that, man. That is insane. You know, people talk about Scotland and Wales for mountains, but this place takes some beating.
Now that is pretty sick.
Wow.
I've never been there in my life.
Roaringly powerful river. Wonder what river that is. Certainly looks like we're going to do a lot of descending in a short space of time, and then it's going to be pretty flat and marchable. I do hope I can get a room in this village. There is a youth hostel and 2 inns, so should be all right.
A youth hostel in this area?
If not. But my work in this gigantic water-soaked valley was far from over. It's amazing, isn't it, how every little patch of grass drains down into one little trickle or another, and they all join up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, joining forces down into this massive down here. Me. There may have only been 3.5 miles to go until my target village of Rothswaite, and the journey there may have been slightly downhill the whole way, but it wouldn't be the speedy walk I'd predicted, thanks in part to swollen torrents such as this one. Oh no, 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 what do I do? I'm gonna have to throw my bag. Just let it go across. Can I jump that? Oh yes. Couldn't have done it with the bag though. Another flooder here. Whoa. Something so cool about water flowing over grass. It's a beautiful thing. It's like a video game or something. Still in the middle of bloody nowhere, aren't we? I think I had the tent set up at this time last night. Would really like that path to flatten out soon. Tell you what though, it looks like there's a drop there, but we've got this huge river, so we might have a really impressive waterfall down here. Oh my god. Ooh, look, there's a campfire there. Someone's camped here. Oh my god. Oh my giddy aunt. That is deadly. That's melted snow water, remember? Freezing. Incredible place to camp though. I'm going to walk away from it. To be fair, I feel a bit less bad because how would I be able to cross it? Would have been able to get over there, would I? And I'm not doing a running jump over that thing. After this, the rockiness and, needless to say, slippiness ramped up even more. Full goat mode this is. And with darkness already starting to creep in, the urge to get myself down to some elusive civilization suddenly quadrupled. Run where I can, I think. Didn't think it would come to this, to be honest. That's a f***ing stream. They're all streams. This is not enjoyable after, I think I've done 19 miles
wow.
now, but
fucking hell, bro.
I don't know how long this is going to carry on for like this. Confusingly, it looked like the valley was going to merge with another one up ahead. I guess we're going left down there. Bloody hell. I've massively underestimated the sheer scale of this valley. It's absolutely massive. It's so long and it's wild. The path is not flat. Round the corner and we're there. That's the way to think. Doesn't matter if we don't know if it's true. Sounds like we've got another river joining it over here, so it becomes even mightier. In this new valley, the path didn't get any better. See, this is the kind of thing you don't want to be doing in the dark.
Oh, watch those ankles, son.
A few minutes later, whilst nibbling on one of my last jelly babies. Oh, a village, a light. Oh my god, am I pleased to see that. Really looking forward to seeing a person, to be honest. I just felt like so isolated back there. Incredible place. Absolutely monumental place, but unforgiving. I was going to make it down safely, but it's worth mentioning at this point that not everyone does. I know I'm suggesting that you put yourself through a bit of an ordeal, but that was a bit, I'm pretty confident in my ability to get off a mountain with a head torch. Not everyone is going to be kind of sure-footed enough to do that. And even for me, it would be pretty dangerous. So plan it all well. These mountains are, dangerous places. I then realised that whatever village I'd been looking at wasn't the one I was aiming for. It's a bit further on. That's disappointing. Do you know what though? There must be a road leading from that one to Tother, so maybe I can get over there.
because these rocks are starting to kill my feet. And it seemed I might be in luck. Oh, a person and a bridge. Rothswaite, that's where I'm going. Oh, it's 1 mile down there. I'm gonna have a look over here. You're right.
You lost?
No, well, no. Is there a road that goes to Rothswaite? Over, like a pay.
You don't have to go that way, you can go this way.
Oh, brilliant.
This way is easier.
Yeah, because these stones are starting to kill my feet.
Absolutely hate that bit. It's horrible underfoot, and it's horrible underfoot further up, so yeah,
Yeah, good. But it wasn't such good news on the hotel front. I'll
There's
be
no
fine.
B&Bs now, you see.
What about, isn't there one in Rothswaite?
Not at this time of year, love. They all closed for winter.
Right.
So there's no hotels there now.
Really?
No.
I saw a couple on the map.
There's a
Royal Oak. Royal Oak, yeah.
That's probably open.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Oh. Oh, that feels so f***ing good. No hotels. Oh God, I hope I get something. Oh, I'm so glad it's not darker than this. I'm a bit annoyed at myself actually. Look at that. That is not where you want to be right now. Or in half an hour's time, trust me. This way, I think. This does not feel good. I just so want to get there. This is what you want though. It's that feeling of, I can't wait to get to there. Football goals with a ball. I can't, not right now. And that is saying something. At the next junction, it was decision time. That's the youth hostel. Where the f is Rothswaite then? Oh, I hate these shit signs. I think she said it was this way. I've got to try the pub, the inn. The potential rewards are just too great. They're too great. 1 joint pounding mile later, I saw a dim but very welcome sign. Let's say Rothswaite. You can't see a thing right now. Yeah, Rothswaite, here we are. And the most inviting of pub lights. Oh my God.
Wow, pub light.
But was there any room at the inn?
Definitely.
So I'm guessing you're not too busy at this time of year. Oh, are you? Yeah. I got quite lucky then.
Yeah,
okay.
Enjoy your staying. We'll see you later.
Thanks very much. See you downstairs. Oh man, that is a really good one. Oh shit, sorry. That is a really good one. So grateful to be here. Bloody last room. I had the bloody last room. Oh, my shoulders. Oh, God.
36 miles.
20 miles, isn't it?
Oh, 20 miles.
20 miles of...
That's a graft.
Not flat terrain, in the rain. I'm proud of that.
With no hud, when you have an
That
hud.
might be... Well, it's definitely one of the longest days hiking I've ever done. With a heavy backpack. Pat on the back, Tom. Now let's have a pint and a meal. Oh my God. But as I showered and put on the least smelly of my clothes, I arrived at a most unusual realisation. I'm so excited to get into that bar. But is it to have a beer, necessarily? That's what I can't figure out in my head. Maybe an alcohol-free would be alright. I'll still be happy. And that was just enough reassurance and encouragement to ask a question I really didn't think I was going to ask until it actually came out my mouth. Do you have any alcohol-free beers?
We do, yeah. We've got a Peroni, we've got a Heineken. Oh, you the gentleman who's come from Coniston.
What's the point of drinking a beer then if it's alcohol free?
4 people that were sitting there.
Oh, really?
They came in very full of you.
Spoke about you, that's how we know.
Oh, wow. That makes it all the more worth it. That evening I chatted to various people in the bar area, enjoyed an unexpectedly fancy 3-course meal, all without any great urge to sip an alcoholic beverage, and retired to bed a perfectly happy, incredibly tired man.
Marmite on toast, go on.
What a treat.
Got to admit, it would have been a lovely feeling actually climbing out the tent this morning to this blue sky and sun. But I don't know, I think I needed that. And I'm glad I did opt for the inn, because as I made my way through the west end of the village and the farm that's situated there, down
Shit looks like some out of Skyrim.
which had definitely calmed down a bit, and over this gorgeous old stone bridge into some of the most mystical woods I'd ever seen, something felt different. It could have been the sheer beauty of the place combined with the amazing blue skies, but that wasn't really it. What I was feeling was the exact opposite of a hangover. I am glad that it was the 31st of January yesterday and not the 1st of Feb, because I definitely would have had a pint. I have been toying with the idea of extending my dry Jan to 3 months. Apparently 90 days is a real dopamine reset sweet spot, but I didn't know whether I could do it really. But the fact that I resisted that temptation, which is very, very unlike me, especially after such a grueling day, and the fact that I feel so fresh today, completely fresh-headed, and most importantly feeling good about myself still, you know, that self-worth that I've gained on this trip still, you know, maintained, if you like, that might just be the catalyst that makes me just carry on not drinking for another 2 months, and then after that, depending on how I feel, maybe forever. I think that's unlikely, don't get me wrong, but it might just happen. I'd become so used to being in some sort of mild withdrawal all the time that I'd become convinced that I needed to drink in order to have a good time. And I'd become so used to feeling awful the day after a celebratory evening, so accustomed to the anxiety, the nausea, the low mood, and the overriding feeling of shame for inflicting all of those things on myself for the 1000th time, that I'd never actually considered that there might be a better way. As the sun's rays burnt away the remnants of the morning's mist, so a burden seemed to vanish within me, replaced by a great sense of opportunity and promise. And that feeling was only amplified by this next view. Wow, that's Derwent water. Look how still that is. Oh my God. That heron taking off. That is effing beautiful.
You gotta have a little. You gotta go in there, lad. You can't not go in there. If you don't go in there, you're a winner. Ah, he's a winner.
The teddy in the window. What is this? Hello, mate. You've been there a while, haven't you? I was very tempted, actually, to have a dip.
Come on,
in the lake,
dude.
but I felt like I'd just about earned the right not to. Instead, I was more than happy to admire my surroundings, becoming quite fascinated
Outrageous,
with the
mate.
diverse species of trees that were dotted around. Further on up the lake, as the day bloomed, more and more happy people appeared. It's a throne. A throne. And before too long, I found myself crossing the River Derwent once more and chalking off the final few furlongs of this special adventure. Well, as my tired feet finally take me into the outskirts of Keswick, where I'm going to end this adventure,
Keswick?
I can reflect on it. I've learnt a lot about the Lake District. I've been here before and I've hiked here before, but it's even more beautiful than I remember it being, and more vast as well. And I've learnt a few lessons about myself too, for sure. I mean, I've known for a long time that, and I've talked about putting yourself out your comfort zone and the benefits of it, but I really have unearthed more layers to that on this trip. Right, entering Keswick now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm not going to have a pint. Don't really need one. Just don't need one. So, despite the date on the calendar and the plethora of drinking holes that lined Keswick's main square, I opted for another 0%er. Cheers. And decided to head back to see my family a couple of hours early. Due to my lack of smartphone, I had to ask this lady for directions to the bus stop to Penrith, then proceeded to get completely lost. This is totally wrong. Caught the bus with seconds to spare. I don't believe it, I can see the bus. Oh, thank You alright, mate, to Penrith, please? And then found out that I couldn't get an earlier train without paying another 60 quid, so found a local pub in Penrith to sip more 0%ers and complete the English culinary experience. And that's where the footage ran out. Hi. I didn't really film after that, because I figured the adventure was over, but I wish I had, because I met a lovely 40-year-old couple in that same pub and we chatted for about an hour about all sorts of topics, including alcohol actually. And then when I did get the train, I had 2 more amazing interactions. Firstly, whilst changing at Crewe, obviously, there was an American student who saw me through the glass and was absolutely in shock to see me, because he'd followed me for years and I was a very small part of why he'd chose to study in the UK, and he said he'd been looking out for me in the UK, 60 million people, and he bloody found me. I mean, what are the odds of that? So that was hilarious. And then I met 2 blokes from Sutton Coldfield who were returning from the Shetland Isles, specifically the Viking Festival, and I just had the most amazing chat with them. That's the only way I can describe it. You often do on a train or plane, don't you? And we got on so well that we actually promised each other we'd go for a pint at some point, ironically. And you might wonder why I'm telling you all this, but I think it's really relevant because ordinarily I'd have been slightly hungover and I wouldn't have chatted to anyone. Or if I'd drank that day, I would have been really merry at the pub and then maybe fell asleep on the train or just crashed and regretted it the next day. And look, I don't want to knock boozing or people that choose to booze, because I've done it my whole life and I've had so much fun throughout the years, and I'll more than likely drink again, although I haven't yet this year, and it's the 5th of March, baby due tomorrow by the way. But something changed for me on that trip, that's all I can say. I just had such a lovely time in the lakes and such a lovely train journey home, and I just can't believe that all of it was without touching a drop. So for me, this adventure started out as one thing, you know, which was leave your comfort zone, endure the wind and rain, put yourself through an ordeal and come out a stronger man. That was the original aim, and that's what I did. But by doing so, I inadvertently unlocked another superpower, if you like, which was to thrive without alcohol. Or at least the knowledge that there is another alternative way of doing things, which is frankly more rewarding. A lot of this stuff probably isn't relatable for many of you, especially the alcohol stuff, but I don't think it really matters, because the main takeaway for me from all of this is that going on these tough, grueling adventures on your own, or just doing something that really scares you or intimidates you, is just so incredibly good for your self-worth, your confidence, your sense of identity, well-being, happiness, the lot. So get out there, push yourself, talk to yourself, encourage yourself, scream and shout, whatever, do whatever you have to do, but just don't give up. That's the one thing. And if you feel like you're someone who's just going to give up, then all the more reason to get out there, because you will gain more from it than the next person. Good luck, everyone.
Okay.
Happy adventuring, and thanks so much for watching. That was a big one.
Not bad. Not a bad video. Good lad. Good for him. Good for him.
And I thought, there's a gap in the market here to do a straight line adventure. No one's done it, and that really went viral. It's like the purest form of adventure, just to set off and not know where you're going, not know who you're going to meet, where you're going to sleep. I woke up on a park bench in Split in Croatia with a man stroking my leg
because I've completed the UK.
Tuna
and
pasta
walked across Scotland, England,
with
and
ricotta,
Wales.
red ricotta
Great.
sauce and peppers.
I've been in situations where I've been that hungry. I've been like, I could kill that cow. Well, I probably couldn't.
Welcome back to the
I love
Good,
it, mate.
Bad, and the Beast. Today's guest is one of YouTube's most original adventurers. He has trekked across
I
entire
could have just made
countries
some eggs and bacon, but I decided to make this instead.
London without touching a single road, and somehow made geography one of the most exciting things on the internet. Here's the face of GeoGuessr and the mind behind the Straight Line Mission. Please welcome Tom Davis, better known as the Geo Wizard. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Go on, Eddie Hall.
Lichfield.
Lichfield.
Yeah.
So you're just down the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
An
Pretty
hour?
much down the road. An hour's drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you're born and bred, Lichfield?
Not far. About 8 miles further south, you've got the little town of Aldridge, which is kind of on the edge of the Black Country.
Aldridge sounds very posh.
It's the posh part of Walsall.
Okay.
But it's not posh.
I mean, Walsall is not particularly a posh area. So.
No, it's not known for that. No.
I always ask my guests to bring in a piece of the beast.
Ah, yes.
And this can be an artifact, a photo, something like a turning point in your life. Have you brought said item with you?
I have.
Okay.
I struggled to think of what to bring,
Mhm.
but I have brought. Shall I get it out?
Yes, please.
I brought a little book of flags.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
It's weird, isn't it?
Okay, so for those listening in, it is literally a miniature book, probably the size of my hand, of flags. And you open it up, and yeah, it is exactly what you thought it'd be. It is a flag, and then a description of the flag and the country.
Incredibly boring, isn't
Incredibly boring. Something that you would learn in geography during a lesson and would fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about this book of flags.
I mean, I was looking through some stuff at my mum's house and I saw it and I thought, that still.
Probably need
still
to
remember the excitement.
stop eating this pasta as well if I want to lose weight.
I think that was the first thing that had me fascinated by something.
Really?
Probably not the best.
Yeah, I must have been 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I just thought, wow, all these different countries have these flags with different colours and patterns and designs. And it got me into geography, I would say.
So so this little book,
I think so,
stirred the brain cells in a little 4-year-old Tom
Yeah.
Davis, and you decided, I fancy that. I fancy a bit of geography.
Yeah, just the idea of different countries fascinated me. And then, I mean, I was known to read the Birmingham A to Z for pleasure. You know, those A to Z maps.
How old were you?
I must have been like 5 or 6. Like,
Yeah?
It really nerdy stuff.
So it just
Yeah.
became a little bit too obsessed with geography at a very, very young age.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you don't have a video.
I'm not really trying to
console,
lose
game
weight. I'm just
console,
trying to
but
get
yeah.
in a good shape, you
I guess I
know?
brought it because it kicked off.
Well,
my
I
passion
am,
for
but like,
geography,
you know.
and just having
What
a
knows?
passion, you know, just becoming fascinated by things.
So when you were a kid, you didn't have PlayStation or like the Amiga, you had none of that?
A bit later,
Yeah.
I sort of got the PS1 when the PS2 came out. You know,
Yeah.
I got it, but a bit late. But I thank my mum now for that because it did mean that I was more outdoorsy naturally.
Have you got any brothers or sisters?
Younger brother, one younger brother.
How much younger?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So you probably spent a lot of time with your brother when you were out and about when you were a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you love going on adventures then?
I basically have like
probably from the age of 11, 12.
3
I can
portions
remember,
worth as well.
maybe slightly older. Me and my stepbrother, especially Welsh.
When I
Grey,
make
we used to
pasta,
just
like it
because-
could literally
because my mum
feed
sort of
3
lived
people with
on
it,
the
but
edge of the urban area of Birmingham, basically, with the countryside to the east. We used to find it so exciting to just set off east
Mhm.
towards this television mast in the distance, which is about 10 miles away,
Yeah.
and just go into the farmer's fields.
Just straight line it straight to a
Kind of,
mast,
yeah, kind of. It wasn't as Puritan a straight line. It was more just let's just set off, let's get into mischief, let's climb over barbed wire fences,
Mm.
wade down streams and explore quarries, whatever we might come across.
Yeah.
It's mad that Eddie Hall's had him
It
on.
was really exciting, and we found that something would always happen.
Yeah.
You know, we'd either rescue an animal who was tangled up, or we'd get chased by someone, or we'd discover like, you know, an abandoned house, or it was truly adventurous, and that sparked the adventure in me, I think.
That's pretty cool. So the Geo Wizard, your YouTube channel, is where you will pick a location on the map, draw a straight line, and travel from where you currently are to that location in as a direct route as possible.
Kind of, yeah. The straight line thing started off with me crossing a country, which was Wales.
Okay.
So I wasn't leaving from my house, but it was, border of England and Wales to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot of thought went into the line. I tweaked it a lot, you know, to avoid deathly obstacles and people's back gardens and things like that.
I want to get stronger as well, which I definitely am.
The first thing I did on my channel.
Listening to our Dorian Yates, mate. Lift as heavy as you can.
First adventure.
Make sure you're increasing that
so
weight.
What was your first big adventure then? What was like the one where you're like, right, I am going to go on a massive adventure. This is going to take me 2 or 3 days. What was the first one?
There was one where me and a couple of mates walked west across Wales and ended up at Aberystwyth. That was a great one.
Okay.
And we just walked. We had no maps. We just walked west and camped out each night. Ended up hitchhiking a couple of times, you know, when we were desperate. But that was probably the first big one I did. But the most life-changing one was when I was about 23 and I decided to jump on a bike, you know, just a cheap road bike.
Okay,
bicycle. Push bike. A really crap thing from Halfords, like 100 quid. And I decided I'm going to cycle to Budapest. And I didn't know if I'd get that far at the time.
What, Hungary? Budapest?
Hungary, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a mess at the time. I was a bit decadent, bit lost, liked getting messed up on the weekend, be it alcohol or weed or a few other things. And I needed a bit of...
You wanted to get fucked up in Budapest?
And I did. Yeah, I did. And I did along the way as well. But the point was I sensed I needed to challenge myself a bit and I needed to kind of do something hard because my life was I was just being I wasn't reaching my potential. I was a bit lazy.
Okay, so sixth form finishes when you are 17, 18. Is that right?
Yeah, 18.
And then what do we do after that?
I sort of declined, I would say.
In what way?
Just in that I had less and less idea of what I wanted to do. Because I always had this idea that I'd be a musician, I'd be a songwriter.
Okay, so you're very good with guitars and pianos and singing. And
I'm all right. I was quite creative. I was good at composing music.
Can I go down into the
particular instrument? But I really thought that'll be my thing.
Burthorpe pub?
But as time went on, you know, as I got into my early 20s, and I hadn't really realised that dream, it was kind of like, well, what is my destiny then? So the whole time I just had kind of average jobs, worked at the Toby Carvery, worked at Tesco as a fishmonger.
You don't like Toby Carvery, mate.
No, not knocking
fucking
it.
banging.
Oh yeah,
One of the best,
all you can eat in it.
Carveries on planet Earth.
It is. No, I haven't got a bad word to say about them. But I was behind the bar just pulling pints, and it could be.
What other jobs? So Toby Carvery. What did you say? Did you say McDonald's then?
No, Tesco.
Tesco's.
Fishmonger and butcher.
A fishmonger. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all right. You know, there was nothing wrong with these jobs, and I always say to people, like, don't be ashamed of your dead-end job in quotation marks, because job's a job, and I enjoyed turning up and being the best fishmonger that I could. But yeah, eventually I think it just grated away at me a bit, this idea that I wasn't fulfilling my potential.
And where did the drinking drugs start?
I mean, I should say they were never... You'd never look at me and go, oh, he's bad with it, because everyone was getting drunk and stoned and stuff at the time. Well, at least the people I was hanging around with. But yeah, it was just every weekend I'd get pissed and
fuck your wages up the wall.
Yeah, and it was just me escaping, really, escaping my reality that I wasn't pleased with who I was. Had a lot of.
When are you going to hike up Cumbria then, kid?
And it was just an easy way to numb that. when really you should be working hard on actually achieving something. And
Yeah. And how long did this go on for? Till you what? 23? Did you say? And then you decided to.
Yeah, 23 is when I did that bike trip, which definitely changed my life.
Okay, so you did 5 years of. Let's call it a dead end job scenario.
Yeah.
Get it pissing your wages up the wall every weekend, and you decide you've had enough. I'm going to go to Budapest and get fucked up properly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So tell us about that, because that's cycling to Budapest. How many thousands of miles is that? It's got to be like 2 or 3 at least, hasn't it?
It was, what was it? Do you know, I forgot. Maybe it was, just shy of 2,000.
2,000, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so 1,750 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, when I set off, I wasn't sure whether I'd
That is a mission.
get there.
But on a bike.
As I got
bit
into
easier.
Belgium and France, I met some people who were like, mate, that's incredible. You need to finish it. You need to finish it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe. I like this, the idea of achieving something and people being impressed by it. So I just carried on. Yeah, I had a good time in a lot of cities on the way. But what happened was, in those in-between bits where I was struggling, soaking wet, lost, getting angry, talking to myself, like, come on, you can do this, doing 100 mile a day. That's where I really kind of became a man. Sounds cheesy, but I really learned what I was made of, and sort of, all the talking to yourself. Sounds a bit mad, but I think it's the opposite of mad. It's you get to know who you are and have a bit of pride in yourself. And then when I returned home, then it was like I'd leveled up.
And what about sleep? Where were you sleeping, or what were you sleeping in?
I was sleeping on a couple of benches at times.
What?
In between cities. But I, to be honest, I made sure that I put extra effort into getting to that city where I knew there'd be hostels with people I could meet and just get pissed basically and have a good time.
Yeah.
But I'd earned it for once.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So where was the first hostel you landed at then?
Bruges.
Bruges, is that France?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Yeah.
Bruges. Okay. And what? Tell me about that first night, because that first experience in a hostel must have been.
Felt great. Yeah, it was like, I've got to this brand new city. It's beautiful. There's people at the bar from all over the world. I'm getting pissed with them. I'm telling them my stories so far, and they were just like, "Wow, that's amazing!" And they wrote in my little book, and that inspired me.
I definitely need to fuck off this pasta. I'm eating it too much,
So from Bruges to Budapest, it's got to be what, another 1,000 miles at least from there.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
yeah.
And tell us about that journey, because that's a
It
long
bloats
way.
you as well, doesn't it?
That's
Like, fuck.
a good 10 days if you do 100 mile a day.
Yeah.
The minimum. Did it take you that long, or did it take more than that?
It took 17 days of cycling. The whole thing did.
The whole thing.
But there was a lot of boozy nights in town. I'm making myself sound like an alcoholic here, but there was, I might stop in Munich for 3 nights. I might stop in Vienna for 3 nights. I was having a good time.
Yeah.
But in terms of the cycling, it was, there was times where, the bike would just be broke. I'd have punctures. I'd be soaking wet, and it would be, and I had no real way of navigating. So it was just like, I got myself in some right stupid predicaments on a motorway with no helmet, no lights.
Oh my God.
Lorries beeping at me, just stupid stuff like that. Yeah.
Tell us about the nights on the park benches, because that's basically sleeping rough, isn't it?
Yeah, not ideal, but I had a sleeping bag.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get a good sleep on a park bench really, but still to this day I put myself through it in some of my adventures. So,
do you ever experience anyone, like the homeless people, get tormented, or they tormented you? Has any of that go on?
I woke up once in Split in Croatia. This was on a different trip, just hitchhiking. But I woke up on a park bench in Split in Croatia with a man stroking my leg. And I don't know who he was. He was like 50. Hopefully, he just sat down next to me and just started that moment. And that nothing happened before that.
Depending on how much you had to drink the night before.
Which was a lot.
You could have woke up an hour into that.
Exactly. So don't like to think about that, but yeah.
So other than that one instance, you've never been abused.
yeah. That was abuse, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I've got fortunate. I think I've woken up in some mad places. Even on some of my things that I've been filming for my channel in recent years, I've woken up in a strange old woman's bed.
Hang on, you can't brush past it. You're about to brush past this. Tell us about waking up in some strange woman's bed.
Sorry if you're listening, Helen. That was part of an adventure I was doing, which was I shoved a tenner in my pocket and walked north or whatever direction. I did it from Lichfield, and I lasted 3 days with just a tenner, sleeping bag, and a packed lunch and a toothbrush, basically. And it was great. It's like the purest form of adventure, I think. Just to set off and not know where you're going, not know who you're going to meet, where you're going to sleep, you know. But this particular time, I was doing the Cornwall coastal path, just walking along the coastal path in Cornwall, and same idea. And by this point, I'd slept out on benches 2 nights in a row, and I really fancied sleeping in someone's house, you know. So I put into action what I call Plan Pub, which is to go into a pub, maybe buy 1 pint for £4 or whatever, but then get chatting to people, so then they buy you a couple more pints, and then maybe you'll end up back at someone's house. Not a female wife, if you're listening, but just a friendly person who wants to help.
Yeah.
And on this occasion, what I learned was if you go to a village pub and get pissed with the locals, you'll end up with the weirdest people in the village, basically.
Okay. You get shunned off with the crazy cat ladies and whatever.
It can happen.
Okay.
It can happen. And I ended up going back to this old lady's house. You know, she was very kind to invite me. She was lovely. And but it was a strange experience. The house was a bit strange. And I got embroiled in a village debate the next morning. She said, I'll walk with you the first mile. And she took me into this house that she said used to be hers. And we were trespassing. She wasn't meant to be there. And the owner came down and said, you're on private property, leave. And I'm just standing there in this house. You know, just like, he didn't even say anything to me. So, but yeah, these are the situations that sometimes...
Were you with your missus at that time?
No, she wasn't supporting me on this one. I was just left of my own.
No, I mean, were you just in a relationship?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Have you ever had any offers on your journeys? Because do you know Ash Dykes?
I've heard the name.
He does it's pretty similar to you. He'll did like the whole length of Madagascar, like draw a line and just go across.
Nice.
I think it was Madagascar where he ended up at this house right in the middle of the woods, and he spends the evening, has a meal and everything, and the guy basically says, "Do you want to your missus?"
Really?
Yeah. So
oh my God.
it was quite. I thought that was quite. Yeah.
So I'm guessing he said no.
Well, he said no.
Yeah. Because he's told the story.
He didn't say no.
I've never had such an offer.
No?
No, never had such an offer. You'll be pleased to know, Verity.
That's a shame. I thought you were going to have some really cool story there where, you know, you...
Maybe one day.
Yeah. There's still time. There's still time. So what's like the maddest thing you've done, like on these adventures, on your GeoWizard campaign? What's the maddest thing you've done?
So this year I became the first person to cross London, Greater London, without walking down a road. So
how the fuck did you do that?
A lot of parks and alleyways and school fields and cemeteries and various things. I had to plot a route on Google Earth and just plot it to...
Can you show me? Just like...
The route?
Yeah. Could you like give me a quick brief?
Yeah. Well, I haven't got the route.
So if I put London in now...
Yeah, put Greater London in.
So get this up on the thing as well, Sam. So put Greater London.
Yeah.
In maps.
Started in the north where it borders Essex.
So Greater London's the south, isn't it? South of London.
The whole thing, the whole metropolitan area. So it's like, it's almost what's within the M25.
there's Greater London.
Yeah.
Do me a
That's it.
pinpoint where you started.
So, I started there.
Okay. So just above Enfield.
Yeah, by the end, in the shadow of the M25.
Yes. And then where did you end up?
It's in the countryside.
Okay.
So I'd gone out of the urban area and into the countryside there.
So just above London Biggin Hill Airport.
Yeah, exactly, around there.
I mean, that's a hell of a distance. What's that, 100 miles?
No, it wasn't that
It
far.
looks a lot.
It was like 38 miles.
38 miles.
Yeah.
And did you go straight through the centre?
Not quite. It was sort of east. It was kind of
So
through
east-
Canary
east-
Wharf.
Okay.
Yeah, Canary Wharf, Mile End, places like that, Greenwich.
So how, I mean, that's a lot of fucking land to go through and not land on a road.
Yeah, there was a lot of snaking about, a lot of tunnels, and I mean, in the second half of it, in the south of London, I was joined by my uncle Ed for a bit of it, and we ended up getting lost in some sewers. I mean,
Fuck
it was
off.
honestly
You went into some sewers.
pretty much. It was technically not a sewer, but
Right. So Tom, go from day one.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, it was just one day.
you did that all
Yeah.
in one day.
Yeah,
38
just about.
miles, all in direct route.
Just about in one day. Started at 6 in the morning and finished at 11 at night. So just about. I thought I was going to have to split it at one point into 2 days.
That's some slight stomping. What's like a constant 3-4 mile an hour walking? That's like going some pace.
Yeah, yeah. And there was a lot, it was difficult. There was a lot of climbing. Basically, every fence in London is like a foot taller than it is in Birmingham.
And
where-
spiked, and then probably
Spiked.
electric barbed wire and everything else.
Yeah, luckily didn't get electrocuted, but there was a lot of spikes. There was a lot of nasty fences I had to get over.
Yeah.
The people, weirdly, didn't seem to give a shit. They were just like, because they just see mad stuff going on all the time in London. And so they're like, what's he doing? Could be a pedo climbing into a school, I don't know. But they just walk past and not really.
A fucking pedo climbing into school. I mean, that is literally what the British public do. Oh, there's a pedo climbing into school. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
Could ring the police.
Yeah, we probably won't.
By the way, I did it on Easter Sunday, so there was no kids in the school.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been.
Okay, so the kids were safe on this day.
Yeah, kids were. Can you imagine the panic? But yeah, it was difficult. As I say, got lost in these sewers, these underground tunnels, which wasn't planned.
Is that part of the old London? Because a lot of old London, they have like an underground system, don't they?
They do.
For transporting stuff.
They do, and there's a lot of underground hidden rivers and things. So we were following one of these it was a semi-underground river, which snaked sort of from Greenwich and Lewisham south from there. And the tunnels kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller because the stream got smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was getting a bit claustrophobic. There was spiders all over the roof.
Okay,
Obviously
now.
rats, you know, we didn't see many rats, thankfully, but we ended up in this one tunnel that we didn't plan to go in. I won't go into why, but we were like, shit, we've got to go in this tunnel. And it was like as tall as this table off the floor. Like,
so you were hands and knees?
We were hands and knees in the end. And we finally got to the end of this tunnel about half an hour later, legs absolutely burning. And there was a metal grid blocking our way out into the countryside. I've never been so devastated.
So you had to go all the way back.
We had to go back, go down a different, because there was multiple tunnels, different ways. One of them said, "Tunnel of Death this way," graffiti. I mean, you couldn't write it. It was...
Wow.
Thankfully, I was with my uncle, because if I was on my own, I would have been shitting my pants. Tunnel of Death this way. It's ridiculous.
So what, you had head torches and hand torches for that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we had head torches. If they'd have run out, we would have been in a pickle.
Fucking imagine that, because they're pitch black down there, aren't they?
Oh, pitch black, yeah, and a bit smelly, and yeah.
So how much was that underwater? How long was the underground stuff?
We were in that particular tunnel for an hour.
An hour?
Yeah, pretty much an hour. And then we had to go back to where we started. And
so an hour to the end, an hour back?
Yeah, an unneeded hour of hell.
My God. Yeah, that sounds horrendous. I can't imagine getting to that tunnel.
Yeah, but it got some good views. So, but it wasn't planned, I swear.
And then where'd you go from there? So you go back, you end up getting another entrance or exit out.
I had to then climb through this like tennis club, which I didn't really want to do because it was taking the piss a bit. But yeah, I just climbed through this tennis club, over all the tennis courts and out, and managed to get out another way. So yeah, luckily there was another way around.
Where'd you go from there then? Finish the route for me, because I'm intrigued. Was that like the worst bit, or?
In many ways, that was the worst bit. That was quite near the end, actually. So when we popped out the tunnel, back where we started, it was dark then.
Yeah.
And then it was over the tennis club and into the countryside, through a few horse fields, you know, whispered to a few horses, and then just through the countryside to the end then. So that was, we were home and dry.
Hey guys, quick one from me and a word from our sponsor. Now, cling on to clothing, barbed wire. It's meant to stop like animals get stuck in the wall, humans get stuck on the clothing. It's more of a deterrent than a damaging thing.
That's it.
But yeah, if it gets hold of your flesh, it does make a mess.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. My wife had to come and bandage me up that time. And then another time, I'm remembering stuff now. Another time I sprained my ankle after being chased by a farmer, an angry Welsh farmer.
Right.
Me and my brother in Wales. This was my third attempt at crossing Wales in a completely straight line. And this farmer was just fuming. He'd chased us for about a mile.
On foot?
He was in a vehicle. He was in an ATV vehicle. We were on foot.
Yeah.
But because we were hopping over all the barbed wire fences, he had to keep going round longer and longer ways to get to us. And by the time he got to us, oh my God.
Furious.
I've never seen an angrier man. He was, hey, this is private property. I don't blame him for being angry.
No guns?
No guns.
Just him?
Just him, just an angry man. And I did have some bribes in my pocket that were meant for farmers, just to say, look, this is what I'm doing.
What were these bribes?
Just cash.
Is it money or potatoes?
Money, yeah. Yeah, I should have brought potatoes maybe, but money, just just to say, look, this is what we're doing. Do you mind lifting us over your hedge or whatever, and we'll be on our way? But there was no bribing this guy.
No. The thing is, half the time, they always say it's better to ask forgiveness than permission, because most of the time you'd ask someone that, they'd be like, no, fuck off.
That's the thing.
And then you're ruined, aren't you?
A lot of people do comment saying you should ask farmers in advance, but yeah, if I did that, they would probably say no.
Most would say no.
Or it would be hard to get there at the time that they want me to be there. And it'd be difficult. But it is a bit mischievous, but
probably thought you were trying to shag a sheep.
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Jealous, very jealous. Yeah.
See him come in. I've got to conserve battery.
Oh, is this the clip of you being chased?
This is it.
We've got to go in a straight line.
What was he on, a quad bike?
It's like an ATV
like
vehicle.
A buggy?
Yeah, buggy thing. Luckily, this was his last fence.
This is his boundary.
Yeah.
And is he catching up again?
He's catching up again. He's right behind us, yeah. So I was so exhausted from that I rolled my ankle about half an hour later, like really badly.
Oh, so not during that. So the aftermath of like all the adrenaline and the dump, and then went a bit weak.
Being dehydrated, adrenaline, just landed on a tough bit of grass. But yeah, that probably seems weird a weird situation, doesn't it, to someone who's never watched one of my straight lines. But at this point, just for context, I'd failed twice before already.
Okay.
And these are hard.
2 more to go.
missions.
Come on,
Like,
you
they're
cunt.
really grueling and stressful. And I just couldn't bear the thought of failing again. So I was just like...
I mean, do you reckon you could have stopped and reasoned with that guy, or do you reckon he was just on a mission to fuck him?
I think he was unreasoned.
Just wanted to hurt you.
He would have... There was no reasoning with him, I don't think. He was already too angry. So, yeah, I feel a bit bad for him, because farmers have a hard life. They have a tough life. And he might have had he might have thought we were thieves. He might have had stuff stolen.
Shaggy sheep.
Shaggy
it's quite
sheep.
common in Wales.
Yeah, I know. But once he heard our accents and realised we were English, he probably didn't suspect us any more of that. But
oh, geez, that's quite good. So, I mean, rolling your ankles are bad. Did that end that journey, or did you carry on?
No, I carried on.
Oh, jeez.
But then the next day, after battling on with a rolled ankle,
the most annoying thing happened. My GPS malfunctioned in the middle of butt fuck nowhere, and that ruined that failed the mission because
You couldn't carry on.
We couldn't continue to follow a straight line because the GPS, it was burning through batteries mega quick, and so we had to meet my wife. She had to come pick us up, but that was an ordeal even finding my wife. I mean, it took us hours.
Oh wow.
It was dark, it was horrendous, but more to the point, we failed the mission, so I'd failed for a third time then.
Oh jeez.
I know, it's gutting. So all of that was for nothing.
So what mission was that? Was that from the inland border of Wales to the sea?
Yeah.
Just one straight line.
And that was the third one, but thankfully I succeeded on my fourth attempt.
Okay. And how long was that journey from the inland to the sea?
They're usually about 35 to 40 miles, but you can't always go very far in one day.
Yes.
You know, there's thick forests, there's like fallen trees that you have to climb through, swamps sometimes, like pretty harsh terrain. So you can usually only do about 10 miles a day max.
Wow, that's not a lot.
No.
So it's literally like chopping through.
Yeah, you're never on a
through
path.
brambles.
Yeah, brambles.
Climbing.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever cross? Is this UK mainly? You ever come across any dangerous animals?
I did Norway.
Okay.
A straight line across Norway.
You got the bears in Norway?
There's some bears and wolves, but luckily I didn't see any.
Okay.
But I did. Something else quite bad did happen in Norway. I almost drowned in a peat bog.
Oh right, so like a really muddy.
Yeah, like a swampy bog type thing.
And you consciously made the decision to go straight through this bog.
Yeah, it was stupid in hindsight. I didn't think it would be that deep, and I could have gone round quite easily, about 10 meters.
You fucking Jesus Christ!
I know, because usually 25 meters is like my target. You know, to stay within.
Stay within the
either
the line.
side.
Yeah,
either side. Usually I go further than that, 50 sometimes. But on this occasion, I was within the platinum zone, as I call it, 25 meters.
Yeah.
But this bog was only about 10 meters across. I could have gone round it, but I thought, no, I've got to do what I can and stick true to the concept of it.
Yeah.
And I just got deeper and deeper and deeper until I was past my waist. It doesn't make for a good watch.
And then you can't. Once you stop there, you can't really move, can you?
Yeah,
So
it
how'd you
was
get back out?
terrifying. Once I got past my waist, I realised I couldn't even move my thigh an inch. So
Wow.
I was like, shit, I am stuck. If I sink any further, I'll be stuck here forever. I'll drown. But luckily, I remembered something. I've told this story before, but I remembered something Bear Grylls said actually, where you sort of lean forward and try and almost swim and kick your legs up rather than just struggle.
Yeah.
And luckily, I managed to grab on some like tufts of grass and pull myself out. But I was like head to toe in mud, smelly mud. It was horrible.
You had to carry on covered in shit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and that was stupid because at that point I wasn't using a satellite phone or anything, so my wife didn't have a clue where I was.
So you could have just sunk under that peat and disappeared forever.
I would have become a peat. What do they call them? A bog man. They get preserved for thousands of years under the peat.
It'd be dug up by the aliens in like
Exactly.
10,000 years from now.
Yeah.
Look at this
Oh,
thing.
let's watch this SD card to see what footage is on here.
Yeah, this fucking idiot decided to consciously walk into this fucking mud.
Yeah. Trying to figure out why I did it.
Any other dangerous scenarios you've been stuck in?
Yeah, I've had a few sort of steep bits of terrain because I don't like heights.
Okay, so like climbing rock faces and stuff.
Yeah, nothing where I could like sheer drop, fall to my death. But I've been in situations where, I need to go up this like really steep, grassy, rocky thing, and if I did slip, it might be pretty bad. But it's good. You overcome your fears and hopefully get through it.
What's the craziest one you've done then so far?
I think the London No Roads is up there.
Okay.
I think that's up there because just the amount of fences and it was just a bit mad. And that's after me promising my wife that I would tone things down a bit, having had a kid.
Is this your full-time job at the minute? The YouTube. So you must do a lot of these.
Yeah.
Or is it like one a month?
No.
Two a month?
These really big ones, like the straight lines, they're usually like one a year.
One a year, okay.
Yeah, because they really are. Well, firstly, you have to do them in winter,
Why do you have to do them in winter?
Because in the summer there'd be the brambles and the stinging nettles and all that would be crazy.
Okay.
You'd have crops in fields which I wouldn't want to trample,
Mhm.
and just the heat and the flies and the hay fever and just everything would be, because you've got to wear thorn-proof clothing, so you'd be roasting in the summer.
Okay.
But in the winter, it's all bare. It's much more easy to get through, apart from the cold.
Yeah.
So that's why I do them in winter. And once I've done one in January, I'm like, I ain't doing another one of them for a while. But then as the months roll by, I'm like, oh, I fancy doing another one now.
Yeah.
Perversely. Yeah, they're tough though.
Yeah. What other ones have you done? So you've done the London, Norway, Budapest. What
Yeah,
else
the
have you-
Budapest thing was like pre-YouTube. That was,
Mhm.
you know, when I was...
So not really, no real footage of that. It was
No,
just
there is some footage, but yeah, that was like a couple of years before I even set up my channel.
And where did the idea come from to sort of filming this? And did you do all the editing and everything yourself?
Most of it, yeah. The idea, well, first of all, the idea to do an adventure was about 6 years ago, 2019. I'd already had my channel doing geography for about 3 years, and I thought, there's a gap in the market here to do a straight line adventure. No one's done it. So I decided to do that and film it and edit it myself, and that really went viral.
Okay, how many views?
Now it's on about 4 or 5 million, but I think it had like 1 million in a matter of 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, wow. And how long's the video?
The first episode, they're quite long. There's quite a few episodes as well. Each episode will be about 30, 35 minutes.
Okay, so you get some good revenue from that then.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And so,
It's
so
not
it
bad.
started. So your first big one did pretty good.
Yeah, and then I thought, right, I quit my job then, and I was like, right, I'm doing this now. I've been mad.
It's nuts in it how you can monetize content.
I know.
And make a lot more money than you would doing a day job.
I know. I feel very lucky and blessed to be able to do it. Yeah, and long may it continue. It's not guaranteed though, I suppose. You know.
Nothing's guaranteed.
No, that's true.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
That's true.
Nothing's promised.
That's very true. Yeah, everything's a risk. Yeah.
What other big plans have we got then?
So,
it's like your bucket list.
I want to do a perfect circle rather than a straight line, just a perfect circle.
And how do you map this through GPS and it sort of records your trail, and
Yeah.
then you look at it from like a space map view,
Exactly.
and it would show
Yeah.
you doing a circle on the map. Okay.
Yeah.
And where would you want to do this?
Well, circles are long. They're much longer than just the radius of a circle. I was thinking I could do a really big circle in the desert. Go to Saudi Arabia.
Like bare desert?
But then it might be a bit boring, mightn't it? You know?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's dangerous as well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Don't think my dad would approve that one. I've got I've came up with an idea yesterday of hit a golf ball across a country. Just mad things like that. I kicked a football across England. That was about 3 years ago.
What, the whole length?
Just across, like widthways.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to come up with silly ideas that haven't been done, because so much has been done in the world of adventure.
Anything in any countries that you haven't been to? You want to go and do this in?
I would like to go to New Zealand, Australia at some point. Maybe not Australia because of the spiders. To be completely honest with you, like I would like to explore a lot more countries, but it's never been. I've always felt that adventure, you can have it on your doorstep. You don't need to go to Thailand or Peru to have a great adventure. You can literally leave your house and walk in a random direction, and things will happen, and you'll meet people. And so,
I live sort of on the outskirts of Newcastle under Lyme, Stoke-on-Trent, and yeah, I guess you could walk over a bridge over a motorway, and then just pick a direction on the compass and just go for it. And yeah, you'd end up fields, forests, rivers.
Yeah. And you can inject a bit of jeopardy into it if you want. You can put limitations on yourself, like, the tenner in my pocket thing. That was like a bit of a limitation.
think that's where I'd struggle. It's like the food.
You'd need a.
Oh fuck! I'd have to, yeah, because I have meat. You know, I have 2 ribeye steaks every day.
Yeah, that would be. You'd be eating a cow, literally, with a knife and fork.
Probably.
But I've been in situations where I've been that hungry. I've been like, I could kill that cow. Well, I probably couldn't, but yeah. Just thinking outside the box a bit, and no, I have got ideas to travel to other countries, but yeah, I probably should because I've completed the UK now. I've walked across Scotland, England, and Wales in a straight line. So yeah, I will.
Have you done the length of England?
No, and I won't be doing that either.
Why?
The width was hard enough. The width was the hardest thing I've ever done, I think.
Yeah. How many miles is that?
That was 68 miles, and it took 8 days.
What point's that? It's going to be like towards the mid-north of England, doesn't it?
That was very north, actually, near the border of Scotland.
Okay.
Because it's so wild.
Yeah.
That's the main problem is the built-up areas. If I went any further south, there'd be towns and villages that I'd hit.
Yeah.
And then I'd be in people's back gardens, and that's not good. So I did it up near the border of Scotland, and it was wild.
Just imagine one day you just strolling through my back garden.
What would you do?
Get the fucking shotgun.
Really? Oh shit.
Probably.
Okay, I'll make sure I'll avoid Newcastle under Lyme then.
Well, I don't know, man. You think about it. Someone just ends up. You just walk out your window, and someone's in your back garden.
Yeah, that's why I avoid.
You get spooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely get spooked.
No.
You don't give a fuck what their intentions are. You just, my kids are here.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Because you don't know what they're up to.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that must be. Have you ever had any situations like that where you've been?
No.
Have you ever done anyone's back garden and been caught and caused a problem?
I try my best to avoid back gardens. I think that's just an invasion of people's space, as you say. There have been a couple of ones out in the sticks where it's like a big farmhouse with a garden, and we've just skirted. Yeah, there have been a couple a while back. More of a countryside setting, but.
And anyone other than that farmer?
Oh, actually, there was one in the Isle of Wight. I raced these 2 lads across the Isle of Wight. They're like my rivals.
Yeah.
The field houses. These posh lads from down south, and I challenged them to a race across the Isle of Wight in a straight line. And the only way we could do it was at the end, going down the side of this man's house, because his back garden kind of led into the countryside. Okay, well, it's the only way we can do it. But the lads beat me because I was suffering from terrible cramp because I decided to swim across this lake for some reason. And by the time I came through, the old man who lived there had already seen these 2 running through.
Right.
And he collared me, and he was shouting at me. Once I'd explained what I was doing, he was all right. But yeah, he was pretty angry at the time. I felt a bit bad.
I can imagine. I couldn't deal with someone just strolling through my garden. I'd be very angry.
Yeah.
Very, very angry.
I don't blame you.
What about like these mega places like Russia, China? Are you into like just like a few day exhibitions? Or are you up for doing like a 5-week stint of this?
I couldn't do it. I know I get too lonely and depressed, I think. If I was out in the middle of nowhere for weeks on end without, just camping out in the wild. I know a guy who cycled to Australia, for example, through China and Russia and things like that. And I say to him, how can you be on your own for so long? Just because I struggle for 2 or 3 nights. That's my max of being on my own out in the sticks, because it's kind of spooky. It's lonesome. You feel really far away from your family and civilization, and it's a bit depressing. I find, not depressing. It makes me feel quite sad when I'm there, but then in the morning when the sun comes out, I feel great. It's kind of like a cure actually for feeling down. But to do it for weeks on end, I'm not cut out for that. I think I need people's company.
Miss your family.
Yeah, especially now I've got a daughter. Yeah.
How old's your daughter?
18 months.
18 months.
Yeah.
Any more?
One more coming.
One more coming.
Yeah. Nobody knows that, by the way. Yeah, one more coming.
Well, congrats. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Another girl coming. But yeah, definitely. I filmed A Tenner in My Pocket in September in Austria, and after 3 days, I was like, I can't wait to see my daughter now. I'm not enjoying this anymore. Yeah. So shorter adventures, I think.
So you're going to carry on, but much shorter adventures.
Yeah, I think I'll struggle to do like a 7 or 8 dayer like that England one.
Yeah.
Unless my wife and kids were there supporting me, maybe. Yeah.
You couldn't really take them with you. It'd be quite dangerous, wouldn't it?
They could meet me on main roads along the way. But yeah, that's about it.
And camp.
Yeah.
They could be in hotels, meet you along the way in the car.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
Yeah, you could do the whole length of England then.
Oh, I'll look into it, but I would be hitting back gardens. So think of that what you will. No, I couldn't do it.
I'm sure there'd be a way where you could draw a line and not hit any town.
Nah.
Have you tried?
You'd be surprised. Oh yeah, I even tried it a bit further south from where I did across.
Yeah.
And you always hit, whether it's a little village, a little hamlet, or a town, or there's just always something. Yeah.
What's this GeoGuessing? What's that? Talk to me about that.
So GeoGuessr, the game.
GeoGuessr.
That's the name of the game. Yeah. You could say GeoGuessing though as a verb. Yeah. GeoGuessr is this online geography game where it uses Google Street View. So it will. When you put the little yellow man down on the map and you can look at the Street View.
Yeah.
It will use that, and it'll dump you somewhere in the world, and you've got to look around you and figure out where you are based on clues.
So is this a game?
It's a game. Yeah, it's a game.
Okay.
It's a great.
And how is this created? Is this for an app, or it'll just like throw you somewhere in the world and then you've got to guess where you are?
Yeah, it's like an online game basically.
Okay.
They've made an app out of it as well.
Yeah.
But it's just pure geography. It's for geography lovers. It's like the ultimate game because you could be in Brazil, you could be in South Africa, or you've got to go.
Can you move about? Or
you can move about.
Okay.
Or you can stay still. There's different types of playing it.
And how do you work out where you are? By street names and buildings and.
Yeah, so you could look at signs, language on the signs.
Yeah.
You could look at what side of the road are they driving on? Where's the sun in the sky? Is it in the northern hemisphere?
Okay.
You could look at like all sorts of things really. The foliage, the architecture. It's great, and that's what I built my channel on basically for the first 3 years.
So you do, but you do it in real life, would you?
No.
So you just did.
Mind you, I have done that in real life.
So you just record it on the app.
Yeah.
And that would be on your channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for 3 years it was just me playing that on the computer.
And then voiceover.
Or maybe I'd have my face in the corner.
Yeah.
And I just did that for a while, but I was struggling to get past a certain amount of subscribers. I was on 60,000, and then that's when I released the straight line thing. But yeah, it's for geography lovers. It's great. It's a must. Yeah.
Do you still do that now?
It's petering out. The GeoGuessr is. It's kind of. I wouldn't say it's been done, but a lot of it's been done. There's people who are there's thousands of people who are better than me at that game now, whereas years ago I was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
People are insanely good at it now. There's like World Cups and competitions, which I would never.
And how is it ranked or scored? Is it how fast you can work out where you are, or it's like difficulty levels? How does it work?
You get a point system for how close you put your pin down.
Yes.
And you can have time limits as well, so you can have both of those factors going on, or you can.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're in this virtual world. You can look around, and then you've got to go on the world map and pin where you think you are.
Exactly.
Got you.
Yeah, I should have mentioned the whole map aspect.
And then depending on how close you are to that pin is the points.
You get a score. Yeah.
And is it done on time as well? How long it takes you to work it out? Or
you can play with the time. You can kind of customize the game mode. But the classic way of playing was how many points can you get, or can you get a perfect score, which is what you want, a perfect score. How quick could you get a perfect score? That was like the first viral video that I did. How quick can I get a perfect score?
Right.
But yeah, there's a few ways you can play it, but it's good fun.
Okay. What's it
I
called?
believe he's not mentioning that one guy.
I have to have a look at this.
Yeah,
It sounds fun.
GeoGuessr. So this is like a compilation of some of my best guesses. There is luck involved sometimes.
Luck as in you're just taking a punt.
Yeah, I mean, these are 10 seconds per round, so I've got 10 seconds to guess.
Oh, wow.
And you can't move. You can't move either. I don't. Forgot.
Mate, this is how the fuck do you get so close? That is insane.
A lot of these, there's a bit of skill, but there's a lot of luck, to be honest.
Because that could have been any fucking side back street in the whole of England, really.
Oh my god, man.
I think I just thought Coronation Street, you know, near Manchester, you know.
And these are like your best ones, like
Yeah.
the closest ones.
Yeah, so what you're not seeing is a lot of terrible guesses. I mean,
Spain, I think.
There's just no fucking way how you are this good at this.
there's guys that wipe the floor with me now. I mean,
It just doesn't seem genuine.
yeah, I know it doesn't. It looks
Like, just from a picture of a street, you can go on the world map and click on a fucking piece of land and be within
I know.
within 12 miles is fucking insane from a fucking street. Wow.
It's just a matter of playing it so much. You just get to know what certain places look like. You get the gist.
I get the gist, but I just don't know how the fuck you're doing it. There's just no way on fucking planet Earth you can.
Have a go. See if you can.
Right, okay, I'm gonna have a go now. Pause it on the next one, Sam, on the next street. Let's see if I can work it out. Pause.
What country are you thinking?
Fucking hell.
America.
I think because of the house. Right, I'm going to say Norfolk.
No fucking chance.
No fucking chance. Go on, where is that one?
Well, watch me be wrong now. I think because of the double yellow lines in the middle, that's something you would get in America.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's pretty across the board in America. Oh God, I don't know.
And then it's overcast, so it's going to be one of the lesser hot places.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hot, so probably northeast of America, but
Northeast.
I don't know.
So
I might be wrong.
Like Boston, what we're thinking?
Maybe a bit further down the coast. Maybe
Chicago.
could be
more
Chicago.
east.
Yeah, go on then. Let's go Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Let's go Chicago.
I haven't seen this video in yonks.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit's a good shout. There you go. Shithole. Detroit. Oh, look at that.
You've fucking seen that before. You fucking you line cunt.
You need my job. He's better. Should be
Right,
interviewing him.
Pause. This is fun. That looks very Scotlandish.
Nah.
Maybe Norwegian.
I wonder whether this is that sea looks quite blue. It's famously
Fuck,
the
the
sea is
whole
blue.
fucking sea looks blue.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether this is like the Mediterranean.
Right, I'm
No, it
saying
looks like
Iceland
Italy.
or Norway because they're so close. So this is literally
should start
just for
playing.
those listening in. This is literally a picture of like an uphill road with a shitty little wooden hutch high up. Must be like some kind of bird watching thing.
A few rocks.
A few rocks, and you can just see the sea in the very left-hand corner and a nice blue sky. It looks high up. It looks coldish. It looks like, yeah. So I don't know.
I'll go for a Greek island.
A Greek island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corfu.
Now you've said it, it does look hot actually. It looks cold, but looks hot. At the
No, you
same
might.
time.
I might be completely wrong.
Right, I'm going Iceland. You ready? Let's go. Where was it?
Oh, thank God. It was a
I mean,
Greek
that's
island.
fucking crazy. That's a Greek island.
Yeah.
Literally an island right in the middle, like in between Italy and everywhere else. Like, fuck off. How the fuck do you do that? Nah, you can fuck yourself. There's no way, mate. You're a cheating cunt. You got some kind of sixth sense here.
It's just practice makes
It's
perfect.
crazy, that is. That's crazy. You must play this like day and night and then sleep it and dream it to be
I
this
did.
good.
I did for a while. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of practice. And a lot of bad guesses as
It's
well.
quite fun, though.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
like,
Yeah,
like just doing this. It's quite fun. I could do this with my son and family and have a right good laugh.
Yeah, give it a go. It's good where you can move around as well and sort of investigate.
So
clues.
these are the ones where you can't move around.
Yeah, yeah. This
You
is
just
like
got a view, a street view,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's all you got to go off.
yeah. You can't even pan. Can't even
look
pan
around.
around. Yeah, yeah. It's like the most extreme way of playing.
So would you just do it by eye? You wouldn't like Google like what that bin,
Nah, nah.
what country that bin would go to or anything. You just have a quick guess.
Some people who are insanely good at it now, they've memorized. I mean, some of them are like pretty autistic, I think, because their memory. They've memorized every bollard, every like lamppost design on Earth, pretty much.
Yeah, and you just know that tree is
Yeah.
only grown in the south of France. And
Yeah, yeah. And they'd go, oh, that's a southern Romanian lamppost, for example. But I never, not only could I never memorize all that, but I think it takes the fun out of it a bit. So I just went on vibes, really. Just sort of, yeah.
And there's world championships in this.
They've got a World Cup now, yeah.
Money in it?
I think there is some money in it, yeah, yeah. But I'm nowhere near that level. Yeah. No, there's some really insane. Watch the World Cup if you want to be impressed. Yeah.
This what you just did there was fucking insane. Like you just looked at a picture of literally a fucking street with I don't know, a fucking Red Bull can on the road. And you'd be like, oh, that's Argentina, and then it'll be Argentina. Like, fuck off. Impossible. Incredible.
Cheers, man.
So is that where the name GeoWizard came from?
Yeah, the channel was originally GeoGuessr Wizard, and then I shortened it to GeoWizard. I don't really like the name GeoWizard, but it's kind of too late to change it now.
You've got it.
It's just a name, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. I've just released a video today, actually, which is quite different to anything I've done before in that it's just me hiking through Snowdonia with my mate. Just no jeopardy, no danger, just hiking on footpaths, finding great camp spots and wild swimming spots and just having tots of whiskey around the campfire, just really normal. But the idea is, because I'm on a bit of a mission to inspire people to get outdoors, leave their comfort zones and kind of push themselves a bit and fall in love with nature and get off their phones, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know, for their mental health and just for their well-being. So, but it dawned on me recently that, like, what if people don't want to be chased by a farmer or get lost in the sewers? So I thought maybe I'll just do something that's accessible for your average person that might inspire them to go out and.
But this is a big problem, is that like there's so much technology and it's so readily available to us, isn't it? Computer games. If you want to play a game, you can pick up your phone and play quite good games on your phone nowadays.
Yeah.
And like my son never goes out. Literally, he goes to the gym and he goes to school, but other than that, he's fucking glued to his PC.
It's so addictive, isn't it? And
It's
distracting.
addictive. Yeah. And you can't blame them. It's just that they're all the same. Literally, it's all they talk about at school. They go home, they get their headsets on, and they talk to each other online. Yeah, I think you're right. I think just being able just to go for a hike. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. Is just go for a long hike, just like do Snowdonia or just something with just something a bit of a challenge and clear my head and
that's it. And nature really does clear your head.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit daunting to people at first, the idea of going out into nature. Or what if I don't have the right equipment? What if I get lost? But the more you spend out in the great outdoors, the more sort of peace it gives you, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
It's a real leveler.
I did a trip with my dad. I did the North Coast 500.
Oh, nice.
Scotland. They did it on motorbikes with my
Nice.
dad, and had a van follow us with all our luggage and camera kit and everything.
Sweet.
It was amazing.
Yeah, was it?
Absolutely incredible. Some of the spots we stopped at. There was a mountain called Ben Hope, and it was next to a Loch Hope. So in between Loch Hope and Ben Hope, there was this path, and it had this lifting stone, like a historic lifting stone, like over 1,000 years old, that was used to like lift stuff in and out of canals and boats and whatever else. And we'd found this stone, and we had to drive fucking hours into this countryside, and we just by chance, like this little fork in the road, it was like, it's there, and we just spotted it on the side of the road. We pulled over, we lifted it up,
Nice.
and we got the drone out, and we put it as the crow would, Luke, to the top of this Ben Hope, this mountain, and it was the most beautiful. Like halfway up, there was like. Because I had a waterfall coming down the whole thing, and then halfway there'd be like a little lock halfway down the mountain, and then it would waterfall again.
Stunning.
It was stunning, and I just thought to myself, I'd love, like, if I had the time, just fuck everything off, and just put it back on, take a tent, and just go up there, fishing rod,
and
just
make a little fire.
Yeah, and just go and enjoy nature for a night, 2 nights.
Yeah, do it, definitely.
Love to do it.
Can't recommend it enough. Like switching off from your phone as well, just forgetting about your phone. It's so freeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I've got a lot more of that into my these later years now. Like this fucking thing drains my fucking life away.
I know, same. I'm addicted to mine. Like, I mean, I've made my screen black and white now and deleted loads of apps just to try and reduce the time, but I still go on it.
I've put limits on all my apps. So once I've hit 2 hours a day, and that includes WhatsApp, I don't know, Instagram, Facebook. Once I've hit two hours, my phone shuts down. And when the 2 hour limit, when the 2 hour limit goes, I'm like, even if I'm halfway through a message, I'll be like, fuck it, I'll start again tomorrow. And it's been the best thing ever for my mental health.
So it literally turns off.
Just shuts all your apps down.
Yeah.
You can go in the back end and turn it back on, but once it hits, like, right, I've spent 2 hours on my phone today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're only awake fucking 12 hours if you're lucky, 14 hours. I was like, right, that's
it.
Fuck off.
Because when we're on our deathbed, we'll go, what do I regret? You're not going to say, oh, I wish I'd have spent a bit more time on my phone. You're going to say the opposite, aren't you?
Yes.
We're going to go, shit, 10% of my life was spent on my bloody phone.
Probably more than that, mate.
Your brain is being hijacked by very cleverly designed apps. And it's hijacking your brain because once you're hooked on that, your whole dopamine system is fucked.
Yes.
You're not going to work hard at something and sit there and really pine away at something when your brain is wired to just go, at the slightest bit of boredom, get your phone.
Yeah.
So it's messing with you.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's rewiring your brain.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And really, if you get that nice bit of boredom, quiet, just sit there and enjoy peace and quiet. Yeah.
And that's when we're sort of creative. Like, as I mentioned earlier, I like to make music, and I realised the other day, like, I haven't written a piece of music in ages because my brain is not reaching a point of boredom where it might create something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a real problem. Yeah. None of us are immune to it.
Have you done any music since you were a kid? Have you written any songs? Has anything ever come to fruition?
I've released an album now.
Okay.
Good chance to plug it.
Come on then. Is it on Apple or what is it?
Yeah, it's on all the things.
Let me have a look. What's it called?
It's called Pleasant Pudding by Flopsy's Dream.
Pleasant. You have to play Pleasant.
It might not be your bag. I mean, it's kind of Pleasant Pudding by Flopsy's Dream. It's kind of psyche, dreamy pop.
Flopsy Dream. Right, I'm going to play it now.
It's pretty easy listening, chill stuff. It's not going to break any boundaries. But
I like stuff like this though. I listen to there's a playlist on Apple. I'm sure it's called Apple Music Chill, and I love it. It just gets your adrenaline down. When you're feeling worked up and you're traveling to fight training and worked up, and traveling from fight training and worked up, it just brings me back down again. Just something just to mellow me out.
Breathe.
Yeah, breathe. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
You writing any more songs?
So the music that's actually on My Adventures is it's not that music.